Here we go. Welcome to episode 20 of the OurTeam podcast. We have taken a week off, and we took a week off out of respect because I think last week, I don't think we could just sit here talking about all-star content and Russell Westbrook while there was an elephant in the room. So we needed to address this next, and we're going to address it today. And that is the 250 DQs and some of the stuff, more stuff around the bans. But we are going to cover everything today, but we're really going to lock in to 250 and talk about that today. So let's talk about who we've got on. So we got Josh back. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's great to be back. I feel like I did need that week off because a lot happened last week. So I'm glad to be back though.
Yeah, I enjoyed the week off as well. I'm not gonna lie. It was good to chill for a weekend. My wife was happy that I took a weekend off. Ludes, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I've been playing Madden, dude. I've been having a great time. I'm vibing over on Madden, dude.
I don't think you're the only person on this call that's been playing Madden. I've seen someone.
You know what? I gotta say, I hate EA with a burning passion, but it just might be a little bit more rewarding than 2K. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Ty, welcome back, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I trying to think of what it was, but yeah, it wasn't too long ago. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back, man. I know there's people very interested in what you've got to say today, man. And we got Splash as well. How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. The second person who's been on Madden, and I hate EA also, but hey, EA done came through in some dark times, so it's looking like Madden is the wave right now. But I appreciate you having me back.
I appreciate you coming back. Yeah, thanks to both of you for being on, because like I know this is a big deal. Like let's not act like this isn't a big deal. I know people are acting like it isn't, but it is. Before we get into it, like and subscribe. More importantly, subscribe, because we're like less than 15 subs away from what my goal was for the whole of 2K23, which is kind of nuts, to be honest. So thank you to everyone who's like got us this far. But yeah, hit that sub button anyway. We'll get there. We also have a Patreon as well. I'm gonna put the names up of our first patrons, our first patron. So you can support us. It's as little as like $5 a month, which is like just over $1 per podcast. We split the money between us. We're trying to fix the hole in Josh's wall. That's the fundamental goal for us. Raising money. But you get a bunch of perks in there as well. You get to kind of build the content with us. You get guaranteed questions. You can join calls that help us set up the podcast each week. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in that Discord as well. So yeah, take a look at it. And thank you to everyone who signed up in the first week. Right. I'm going to start with a bit of a monologue, guys. It's not like me, but I'm going to do it today because I've got some shit to say before we start, right? And I just need to get this off my chest. Everyone on this call was involved in an event 4 weeks ago, right? Which was a charity tournament event that I put on. And it was a lot of work. And I put it on for a reason. I put that event on because we hadn't had fun for years. Years and years and years.
Years is wild.
I mean, tell me the last time. Tell me the last time we had fun before that. Tell me the last time the headline wasn't something completely toxic. Like we had a few days, which ironically feels like a alternate reality, where we were just having fun. You know, Splash is running a Warriors squad against Nike, two of the best players in the world, just playing for fun, raising money for charity. It was all so positive. I think we might have been at our most positive point for a long time. And over the last 3 or 4 weeks, due to multiple circumstances, it's like it never happened. We've gone from what I think was arguably our highest point as a community in years to our lowest. That's where we are right now. The community is on the floor. Like, player base, say what you want about how big it is. The actual community is just on the floor right now. It's not a good time. It's not a good vibe. And I just want to say I'm kind of sad to see that after what we did a few weeks ago, for that to be followed up by this. It just kind of feels like it cut us off at the knees and took the air out of the room. Right, let's get on to today first, and then we're going to go through the whole story. Who played in quals today?
I played.
I did.
All right, what happened?
Rudy Gobert played.
Got my ass kicked. Got my ass kicked in the first game. I don't know if it's because I didn't play for like most of the week, but probably that. And like, it's like everyone gets like a good first matchup. Somebody who's new to the game. I get the dude who's leaning in their monitor. They got their headband on. They just watch TyDeBo's defensive setting videos.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? They got the Timberwolves jersey on. You know what I'm saying? Full court pressing me. I'm like, you know what, bro? It's whatever. I just played to the end. I quit at like I should have just finished it, but like, I quit. I was like, I can't be bothered. Try to load up on current gen. It was updating, so I couldn't even play. I was like, yeah, I'm not even playing in quads no more.
I know the guy that I played watches Ty's videos because his gamer tag was two-way Tono. And his team name was banned. And his 3 little initials were banned. This is the guy that knocked me out. I had like a good run. Like for a few games, I was 5th at one point. I had a good run at the start, and I matched up with this guy. It's funny because I played this guy yesterday, right? So I was playing unlimited at like random points throughout the day, trying to get to the 500 tokens. And at 3 different points of the day, I looked for a game, and all three times I matched up with this guy. So this guy was like on unlimited all day yesterday, two-way Tono. Yeah, trying to qualify. And I gave him the best game that I gave him today. I nearly had him, actually. I made a mistake. I should have subbed in my bench earlier, and I think I would have won the game because I bricked.
Did you have Yao?
No, he did though. His squad was the best squad in the game.
See, there you go already. You already basically put yourself.
He beat Yao 3 times.
I did. I played Yao 3 times. The first 2 games I beat Yao.
Wait, who's your center?
Kareem.
So now
imagine running Kareem and not Rudy Gobert. Like,
there you go.
in the world, man.
Now we running the Gasol brothers in the front court here, man.
Imagine
your
not
front
having
court smells.
some type of Chinese person at center. Like, come on, Yao, somebody.
I missed out on all of them.
He was representing. He had
the only card that I got, like part of those 2-week grinds, was Ray Allen. That's the only one. I should have loaded up with my next squad. I probably would have won. Julius Randle got an open now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and why is he in the 3-point contest? Can we discuss that?
Ty. Hey. No Julius Randle slander, man.
He's gonna win. None of the Warriors feel like playing today. I mean,
look, let me tell you, right? The way the 3-point contest is, Julius Randle's gonna win because he's not a jump shooter. He has a set shot.
Oh boy.
Like,
so what happens when you run out of time?
No, he's not gonna run out of time. Because Cat won last year, and he's not even a jump shooter. So
I see you took a couple quick shots of delusion before we got on the podcast. That's what's up.
And when we're comparing Cat shooting wise to Julius Randle, something is,
I'm not talking about the Cat is a way better shooter. I'm just saying.
I get it. It's valid.
Shot. You get it?
So Randle winning. He gonna put his money ball in the right spot, and he's gonna.
Last year, I was like, I'm a bet on Cat, and then I was like, nah, let me not.
Josh, you do realize you took one of the biggest L's humanly possible in this game in the last week. You do. I don't know if this is sunk in yet. I don't know if you realized it, right? You did a Knicks video a few days ago, right?
Yeah.
What did you spend the 3 days before that doing?
What was I doing?
You were trying to get a specific player.
Who was I trying to get?
We were just talking about him. You played 2 straight dominations to get Randall, yes?
Oh, right. Yes. And then remember he was talking. Oh, you reminded.
Do you know how frustrating
that was going to happen?
How long it took him to understand?
Oh, I can't believe I stayed up for 16 hours to get this Knicks video so I could have the Knicks lineup. Got Julius Randle, evoed him. Just for them to drop a Galaxy Opal the same week. I like no sleep. Like my friends invited me out. I said, nah, I got to get this video done. And like, I would never grind anything in the game. And the one time I did, they give the man oh my God. Man.
You wasted 3 days instead of waiting 3 days. That is rough. Rough. Luz, your name on Discord right now is I got 78 in quals. The grammar is an issue, but let's
well, dude, you gotta fit it. There's only so many character spaces that you can use. Okay. Looks like I'm way down now. Now it's 162. So things took a turn. Okay. Number 1. But I did beat 2 dudes with Yao, which I feel proud of because I was using Marc Gasol and Wang because my team is absolutely horrendous. So I have the most no money spent, all money spent team in the game. No,
I keep saying that you're the only all money spent guy that hasn't got one good player.
Do you think you have the best Wang on Xbox?
No.
I
haven't put a single badge on him. I don't care.
Went over your head. There's a joke.
I'm right. I know what you're saying. Like, I just need help, man. I put Jabari Smith in the lineup because that's how desperate things were today. Like my team,
Wang some support.
Dude, the MVP of my squad. The MVP of my team is Spencer Dinwiddie, dude. That's where we're at right now. That's the pain that I'm dealing with right now.
Dinwiddie and I didn't even know Jabari Smith had a card, so this is news to me.
He just dropped
a new
it,
one, at
dude.
least.
It's better than like the entire Timberwolves roster, you know.
Okay, you're tripping.
Huh? Is he better than the Gobert?
Oh, it's not even close.
Gobert player lock. I want to see player lock between y'all two. Gobert versus
5 out Gobert. Nobody is guarding him.
Yo, let's do that.
Hey,
play like Julius Randle versus Gobert. I'm dogging him.
Any amount, because Gobert is not losing.
I'm
any amount, yo.
Matter of fact, you get your best three. We could do triple threat. I'll make it better. We could do 3v3. I'm gonna do the Knicks mid three, and you do the Timberwolves don't have a big three, so just get 3 plays from the Timberwolves. You know,
22-0, all points by Gobert.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Julius Randle 21 zip, easy.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Happily, my triple threat team would be tough. You know, good Wiggins, good Stephen Curry. You know, we'd be fine.
We wouldn't even go with
especially
KD.
versus the Knicks. We wouldn't
crazy.
even need KD for the Knicks. Come on, it's the Knicks.
Crazy.
That's true. That's
Flash, you want something? Flash, you want something?
Steph might sit. Jordan Poole just got a select card or something a few weeks ago. I might use Jordan Poole.
We got Obi. We got Sims. Like, listen, who y'all want it from? I'm telling you.
Don't be gassing Obi.
Jericho. Jericho. We're not getting cooked by Jericho.
You are.
Let's grow
Jericho.
We've been going 15 minutes and you just called up the 2 reigning 250K Jazz. Like what?
And what happened in quads with him today? Did he go far? Did Josh play well in quads?
First day?
Yeah. How many rounds was it again, Josh? How many rounds?
Was the excuse you hung over or something?
I played some guy named Two-Way Rocco, I believe. I don't know. He ran
you played Two-Way Rocco.
I played him and he dropped me off, man. I don't know. It was a good game.
What is it you say every week? What was it? What's the 2 words you say every week? What is it? Get good? Is that what you say?
Get good? Yeah.
Get good.
Yeah. Get good. Yeah.
Splash, did you play today?
Nah, I stayed and watched the show. I got my popcorn. I woke up late too, because I usually don't sleep on the day of quals. It's like a thing I got. Like if I got a big game or something, I don't sleep that day, and then I just crash after. So I woke up probably at 1:30ish, 2:30 Eastern, and I was like, I went to go look at the leaderboards, and I said, let's watch the rest of the show.
You look well rested. Like you got some. You relaxed. This is like you look zen right now. Because
I haven't been playing 2K. That's why I look like this. When you haven't been playing 2K, you feel and look amazing.
There was rumors today that you were gonna fly to Europe or whatever. There was a mad rumors flying around today. I was like, just to confirm, this is 10 minutes after calls ended and Splash is in his house, right? We can see that. I don't think he's just caught a red eye from London. You know what I mean? I think he's good.
Yeah.
Ty, you played.
A lot of talks though.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that. Don't worry. Ty.
Yeah, I played. I just kind of to troll a little bit. But I was hopeful this week, that we would actually, be able to call, but got confirmation that wasn't the case. So I just loaded up today to first of all get a good stream, because that's one of my best streams every month is basically that, and then just to play.
Yeah, you ran the no money spent, right?
Yep.
That team's severely underpowered, isn't it? From what I remember.
In certain aspects, yeah, but it's gotten better. I got Pink Diamond Magic and stuff, so it's gotten a lot better. But
what's your starting 5 and your no money spent?
The new Drew Holiday. My shooting guard is Ray Allen.
Drew's good.
He's okay.
If you're gonna run a small point guard he like Lonzo, basically.
Yeah, he like Lonzo.
Updated Lonzo, but he can't. Oh wait, he can't stand it up. He's 6'5".
Small forward. I picked up the Pink Diamond Big Bron today.
He's so cheap now. Oh,
he is power forward. I'm trying to think.
Ty, I know you're gassing. Look, I know you're gassing Gobert, but that's crazy, right? How close did you get? How close did you get?
Close to what?
How close did you get to qualifying today?
100%. If I'd have been locked in, I'd have qualified. The guy I lost.
He literally threw the game, single-handedly threw the game by himself. And while he was throwing the game, he still lost by 2.
But no, I if I would have been locked in, I'd have easily. Well, I'm not gonna say easily qual because I might have lost eventually, but I was on pace to easily qual, and the guy I lost to was not good. So I was just kind of
Rudy
trolling.
Gobert.
What you were
Yeah,
saying?
I mean,
Gobert
so I
is-
mean, he's saying Rudy's amazing, but
Rudy is good. I'm tired of people slandering him. Literally, he's good.
where would you rank him?
See, it's pretty close. I think right up there with Kareem. So probably 3 or 4.
On that level?
Why are
You
y'all
think Kobe better than
laughing
him
at
as
me?
well?
It's like, okay, because it's Rudy Gobert, but like it's
No,
coming from you that he's good, and you're just too good at the game.
really
So-
jarring.
No, it's the
Listen,
fact that he's a
Lewis.
Timberwolf.
Listen, Ludes is saying it's Rudy Gobert. No, it's Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
You got to give him some emphasis
He
with
busted
it.
up the
You
death
know?
metal.
I just
vocal.
feel like Rudy Gobert, like if I take Rudy Gobert and I put him on my team and go try to qual, you're not saying he's top 5.
You're
That's
gonna
He
for
put
sure.
Sebo.
is because he's
They're gonna
getting
put Sebo.
stops on Yao.
That's a
Mitch
good point,
Robinson is
yeah.
dogging him.
Oh, okay. All right.
What did you say?
Mitch Robinson is dogging him.
That dude Mitchell Robinson is the worst spotlight card there is.
You don't even. You're just saying that because I'm a Knicks fan. That's why you're saying.
No,
that.
he
I
legitimately
think-
is.
I
I know
actually
someone
might
put
make
him
a
F
worse
tier.
card. I might make a worse card tier list, and I'm gonna just name it. Like the tier gonna just be Knicks. Like Jericho.
You know
Gonna
what?
be down there.
You know what?
If Quentin Grimes would ever get a card that's usable, I will put him down there.
Wow.
Julius Randle, come on, bro. Let's grow up. He's gonna be down there. Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Wow.
he's down there. Who
Star
else
J
is there?
Barrett?
RJ, just
Star J
horrible. Bottom of the barrel. How your whole team like bottom 5? Like that's
You
crazy.
know what's crazy
Meanwhile-
though? We have a better record than you guys. I don't understand.
Somebody had a shoulder injury for a month and a half, missed probably about 22 games. He's actually out right now too, but
Yeah.
it's
Stay
cool.
healthy, man.
But-
Stay healthy.
But whenever you want the
Stretch.
player lock, he just got a new car. Stephen Curry just got a new
We
car.
could do that. We could say Jalen
90,
Brunson's
90.
dogging him.
90 driving dunk, 99 steal. So
All I need is
Whenever you
Jalen
want him-
Brunson. is the
Damn,
answer.
this Jalen Brunson.
Abby
That's all.
Jalen Brunson? Is that what you just said?
Y'all don't sleep on him. He's the best amethyst in his game.
oh wait, Clay just got a. I wouldn't even do it to you. I probably
Hold on,
used
wait,
the
Ty. Is
underrated. I
everything
used the
okay? You
underrated.
seem a little the comment I made. How do you?
I mean, he knows Wesley Person exists.
Jalen Brunson is horrible.
Are you talking about in 2K? Or are you talking about in real life?
In 2K. In real life, he's a
No,
hoover.
he's a dog. He's a dog.
I like Jalen Brunson.
I wouldn't
He's
say
a
he a
dog.
dog. He does come through though. He does come through when you
He's
put
a
him on
dog.
the parlay.
He's a dog.
You know who
Jalen Brunson
sucks?
can't-
Julius Randle.
No, he doesn't.
He sucks.
No, he doesn't.
Just to spite Josh on the trade deadline, I was at just like on the edge of my seat, dude, just waiting for the news that the Knicks traded RJ Barrett to the Bulls for Zach LaVine.
I would have been in this.
Like-
Wasn't that in the talks though?
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
Wasn't that? Yeah. You would
I'd
have.
have
You would have
was.
been. You would have been mad when Star J Bum finally like left.
No, I'd have been I'd have been on this podcast, puffy eyes, bloodshot red, tissue. I'd have
Yo.
been like in those movies with like a cover over me, just sad.
But if
Something
that
like-
trade had gone through, honestly, like the amount of shade that RJ Barrett's got on this podcast, just to spite you, I would have gassed him to the moon for the next like.
Yeah,
4
me
weeks.
too, for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
me too. Yep, you'd have been a
Yeah.
dog all of a sudden.
I would have been talking about how, oh, yo, he's actually got a future, dude, with Chicago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just need to give him the keys. You know what I
They
mean?
just need to give him the keys. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give him the keys.
I mean, Tibbs benches him at the end of the games. It's low key not even Barrett's fault, but
I forgot you've been a victim
just
of
bad
Tibbs as well.
GMs.
Yep.
Yeah, just bad
front
GM, bad
office.
coach,
Bad
bad
front
everything, bad everything except the fan base because they'll die for those bombs.
office. No, they're not bums. We're going to the playoffs this year.
How did you feel that you guys finally gave? How did you feel that Cam Reddish got traded in first game? He had 45.
He didn't have 45. I was happy that they let him go because I feel like they weren't allowing him to flourish in this
Mhm.
this team.
You've
I feel
been
like he
saying
can
that
do
to me
better.
for a while. We've had
Yeah,
that
he has.
conversation.
I feel like the Knicks don't know how to develop talent. I feel like they don't know how to develop talent.
It's the
They're not good at
Knicks.
that.
What do they
I've
know how
always
to do?
They just
Yeah,
they
what
want
are
to
you
you
guys
know what they
good
know how
at?
to do. I'm gonna tell you what they know how to do. They know how to sign and trade everything for one superstar who doesn't even get us a ring. I love you, Melo,
Who's that
but
superstar?
Carmelo
Oh.
Anthony. That's what they did.
Oh, you're talking about that long
all
ago?
their players and we were gonna get him anyways.
I love Carmelo.
Signed
He's
in
got
a
2
change
possession charges, dude.
That's it. That's the only star we ever got.
All right, should we get into this then? Let's unwrap this, because like everyone's sitting there watching this, inevitably going talk about 250. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You guys tell me first. How did they let you know? How did you guys find out that you were DQ'd?
An email for me.
Yeah. So basically, we got an email that let us know. I got rumors of it because I'm still, even though I'm not in a 2K league no more, I still talk to the higher ups a lot. Like, so a lot of like just the stuff, just so I'm in tune with what's inside, like what's behind closed scenes. Like, because you know, a lot of stuff doesn't come out with 2K because they're too quiet. Instead of talking to their community, and it was like, and I saw a couple people talking about it on stream. Like, if you get banned, they can just ban you from 250. But you know, obviously, we didn't think they was gonna go that far. But they just basically sent an email saying, you can't participate in any form of 250K for the rest of this year. And I got disqualified last year twice. So the old email used to say, you're just disqualified from this specific game day. But they knew, you know, me, Ty, etc. We were going to load up into the next game day and literally raise hell on everybody. Like, I was never going to be more locked in my life if I would have been able to participate in game day 4. Like, I was probably going to like play WoW serious and just beat everybody by like 60. Because like I play serious in quals, but like, you still got another gear you can kick in. Like if you watch when me and Top play each other, you always got another gear you kick in. That was the gear we was gonna kick in and just annihilate everybody. But they just was just like, you can't participate at all. I'm pretty sure Ty talked to higher ups. I talked to higher ups. I was really close. I would say it seemed like we had life to the point that they were gonna say we could at least load up another account and play, but they basically just deaded it like 3 days ago. Just basically got deaded. Like no matter what you do, like you're done till next year.
Yeah, so they just first Isaac FaceTimed me and he was like, yo, did you just get the email? And I, in the back of my mind, I was like, oh no. Cause what am I gonna get the same email that Isaac's got, right? I was like, oh, like I already knew it, and that's the only way of communication was email. So yep, got the email, whatever. And yeah, I went through every way I could for us to try to get where we needed to be. I emailed from the top guys down, and I actually, you know, met with them. What would it have been? Yes, 2 days ago for about 30 minutes and just kind of talked through things, laid out the information, you know, and basically just said, you know, why it happened from our side, right? Because they're a business, they might not get our side, and you know, they listened, I guess. And you know, I brought up the fact that, you know, in the final call is like, I know you're gonna ban like us if we make a new account, but like there's no way y'all can enforce that. And that's something I'm still eager to see. Like there is not gonna enforce that. You guys are gonna see these random accounts get in, and it's just gonna be sad. But you know, they emailed me back saying, you know, yes, you are disqualified from the last game day. We will make sure to make it fair for everyone, which is just not true. But I tried. And obviously didn't get to where I wanted it to be, though.
I don't need to know names, but like, who was the highest sort of ranking person you spoke to? What position were they in?
So they were right under the CEO.
They got that
high of Take-Two, yeah. So it was high. I emailed the CEO of Take-Two. He emailed me back. He deferred me to the COO. And that's who I met with. I met with him.
So you went all the way up to Take-Two. So you went over 2K's head.
Yeah.
And then that guy, I met with him and also the person like in charge of like the 250 tournament, or not in charge, but like the heavily involved with that too. He was a part of the conversation too. So,
well, I have a question. So when you met with them and like, you know, they explained on their end, you're not able to tell us why.
I can't disclose like all of that just because of like confidentiality stuff.
Right.
But you know, and like I said, I give them credit for even meeting with me because it would have been super easy for them to just turn their head the other way or whatever. But for me, it was just like, you know, they understood where I was coming from, and it's not like they purposefully banned. Obviously, they're not going to tell me that, but it's not like they did this, you know, just like out of spite or anything. It was just like, I think it was one of those things like they just realized that, you know, the MT situation got out of hand, and you know, if I think, and they've even said to me in the email, so I can't disclose this. They said, we wish we would have been banning people before, for MT.
Right.
Like if they could go back, they would, but obviously. Yeah.
I got
that was the
go on.
that was the main thing that I did. It's like he went to take 2 side. I went like the 2K route, like everybody who was in the 2K, and the highest person I talked to, I say he just has a really good relationship with Take Two. But the thing is, and if you talk to both sides, like I didn't really get to talk to Take Two as much because I just let Ty do it. It was some type of hole in the whole communication aspect, because like when I talked to some people from Take Two, it's like they didn't really, because they're the business side though, they didn't have an idea what was really going on. They probably had to get told. When I talked to the 2K side, I had to go to this person. It was closed door. Finally got to one person, and the implications, because obviously I can't say basically what happened, is just they wanted to ban, and what I basically told them was like, the reason you guys are going to receive as much backlash, and the reason I think they ruined their game, is because all they had to do was ban from the beginning. We're not even going to talk about whether people been doing this in 17, 18, 19, blah, blah, blah. If they would have enforced this rule on us, like I'll even use myself, if they would have enforced this rule the first time I bought MT, which was early, let's say in October, then we get the ban, cool. Nobody would play like with it anymore. So I just think they went about it real wrong. That's
Right.
that's really the only thing.
Yeah, the timing definitely seemed to be off. Like it's just the fact that it's like right before the very last call to ban everyone like that and like say they can't compete. And the way it makes me think is like, what's happening with 250K next? And another thing, like something that the first thought I had was, okay, now the people who got banned from the tournament, the people they eliminated, like what happens with them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's why I feel like it would be kind of pointless to ban them, because it's like, okay, this dude beat like 12 people. That means 12 people should have their entry back in the tournament if you're gonna ban them. It's just too many holes in the hole.
Yeah, I mean, like what like they couldn't have made it more complicated. I think this is something that's just kind of lost in the dialogue, right? If you want to call it that, but it's really an argument, isn't it, on Twitter and stuff? But that's the thing that's lost, is the timing of it. It literally couldn't have been any worse. Outside of doing it after this quals, it couldn't have been worse. And this is actually what I want to kind of get into, because I think a lot of people have like dehumanized a lot of this stuff. It's just like, yes, oh, you're cheating, so you're out, and it's that black and white. When it isn't that black and white. It doesn't matter how much you convince yourself it is or it isn't. And I just want to run you guys through a few scenarios and just see what your response is to it, right? If they had banned people last year, let's start with last year, right? If people had been banned last year, at any point in the year, what would you have done differently this year?
Wouldn't have bought at all. If they would have showed me in any way, shape, or form that they were serious about enforcing this rule, I wouldn't have bought. I wouldn't say I would have splurged on packs. I was one of the more fortunate ones this year, because I like bought packs on some of the Fridays, especially like I remember you guys remember the Tim Thomas time, Flash Forward. I was actually buying packs, but like you either had to buy packs, or I would have had to sacrifice the Hall of Fame badges that I've been. We would have just tried to have to find a way to make MT if they would have showed that they were actually enforcing it. But the way I look at it, I won 250 last year off buying MT. They know I bought MT. It's not like they can see all this, because in case people don't know, they can see anything you do inside the MyTeam game, whether you boosting, whether you in a triple threat match, leaving people open. They see all that. They can see literally everything in the MyTeam game, which is what I figured out when we was getting disqualified last year for gameplay reasons or winning by too much, whatever was the horrible excuse they came up with. But like, I've already done it, and then I made finals. Me and Ty played. I ended up losing the time 21. I bought MT. Because what people don't understand about the game is, and it's hard, because unless you have a comp mindset or you talk to a comp people, you can't do it. But I'll just put it in like black and white, because that's what everybody want to do. If you don't have Yao Ming, you're not beating anybody good. It's just that simple. I don't care how good at the game you are. If you play, you can beat somebody you're better than, even if they have Yao. You cannot beat a person that is better than you without Yao Ming. Like Yao Ming, I'm not even going to talk about Giannis or LeBron, etc. So then I'm going to put it in black and white. Let's say I play Ty. I'm no money spent, because I chose to follow the rules. And they don't ban him for buying MT, which they haven't been doing for God knows how long. And I play versus his team, and his team is Opal Magic, Opal Scotty, Dark Matter Bron, Dark Matter Giannis, Yao Ming. And we're not even going to talk about his bench. And my team is the Stephen Curry that just came out, Ray Allen because he's free. We'll say Tim Thomas because he's a little bit cheaper, and the Gasol brothers. I don't care how good I am at the game, I can't beat them, and it's vice versa. You're just not winning with that lineup, and I think that's where the whole community kind of got broke off and didn't understand what we was trying to say. Like at the top level of the game, you can't compete without buying MT or splurging so much money on packs that you're making the MT back. Like it's obviously methods to, put 50 huffs on whoever the top player is and you're going to get blessed. But we have to save those Hall of Fame badges for 250 because it's the same thing. Like comp follows a certain meta. So the beginning meta was, why would you not buy MT when the two people who won is buying MT? Or you load up versus somebody and you see he got all these players and you can't afford these players. Because if you look at the past 2 years, we can even go back to season 2, the Mad set that came out. Bro, KD was going for 1.9 million. You can't accumulate that much MT just at the snap of a finger. Dolph was going for 700K. You can't accumulate 2.7 mil to spend on 2 players. And then those 2 players are outdated probably within the next week or 2 weeks, the way they do the auction house. So now you go sell them back, you make 400K, you lost 2.3 million. Like, I just think people don't understand it from a comp aspect. I got family members that's lawyers, attorneys. I know like how to play devil's advocate in the situation, and I'm not gonna go against saying it's not cheating or anything of that nature. But the only reason I say I wouldn't even put it as cheating is because all the people who said me and Ty need the best team to do this, because there was a lot of people. Some of them were trolls, but a lot of people, some of them were just tweeting for clout. Not gonna say no names, but some people was out there just tweeting for interactions because it was a real sensitive topic and it was getting everybody views,
Yeah,
YouTube
I think
videos.
Obviously,
we know somebody on YouTube. I haven't even got into it, but we know somebody on YouTube is literally out there just farming Ty and BBG's name for as much clout as possible. Like, so
I refuse to say his name on this podcast, by the way. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I want to play devil's advocate, and please bear in mind I'm playing devil's advocate, right? I don't want anything to come across as like offensive. So one of the arguments to what you're saying is that people buying MT are the reasons those cards were so expensive in the first place, right? But I want to give my take on that really quickly. I think the biggest evil in all of this is the MT sites themselves. That's what I think, because they were the ones that were price fixing the cards and then charging you to then go and have the privilege of buying the card that they price fixed at 2 million MT. So I think MT sites themselves played one of the biggest roles in all of this. Like, I don't want to assign blame to the player base. I think 2K definitely could have handled things way, way better. But the MT sites are just exclusively have been a negative. Like, even if you look at it from this perspective, if whatever, it's $100 for 1 million MT. Like, if you only needed 400K to get that player instead of 3 million, like, it might have been more cost effective to buy VC at that point and try to generate 400K from packs. They're charging you for the privilege of buying the card that they have price fixed. I mean, we've seen it this week, right? You guys have seen the MT bots, right? Buying pink diamonds and opals at 40K. Like, this is all them. This is their influence on the game. And I think there's a big reason 2K kind of drew the line on it. But I've got a question, right? This is where 2K may take some blame. So I want you guys to know. You just said you can't win unless you have Yao, right? You guys both agree with that, right? I'm assuming. Like, you can't qualify without Yao. Is part of the problem.
You can qualify without Yao, but you can't win a game for some versus a great player. Like I said, we talked on the podcast before, and I told y'all, like, the people who I think I could lose to. I'm not even talking about the 4 or 5 people I told y'all I think I could lose to. Like, if we have 2 of the top 20 comp players versus each other, if one of them does not have Yao and they play a best of 3 series, the one with Yao is going to win 9.9 times out of 10.
So based on that, is part of the problem that Yao exists?
Or gameplay. It might be gameplay.
I mean, no, Yao's broken on its own.
I feel like Yao was way too good. But again, it's one of those things that, like, 2K wants it to be that way. Like, they want it to be like that you have to buy him. Now, again, granted, Yao would never have been 2 million MT if these MT sites aren't a thing, which I get that. He's probably still, 800 to 1 million when he comes out. My whole thing is, people are saying, like, it's the people that buy MT's fault. Okay. So What like from a comp perspective, if you want the best team, like are those people wanting us to spend $20,000-$30,000 on packs? Like, is that what they're wanting? And again, I'm not saying buying MT is good. I'm just saying it was kind of a necessity with the cards being the prices they were.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. Financially, it's a no-brainer. Like, it's just a no-brainer to buy MT over VC. It just is.
So I have a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. So like the whole Yao thing, it made me think. Like, all right, you saying it's because Yao dropped, but I feel like a Yao card can exist if like in a game where gameplay isn't like the way it is now. You know what I mean? Because I think even though he's 7'6", you can't teach height. You're right, you can't teach height. But then I look the way I'm probably thinking of it too practically. I look at players' badges and I'm like, okay, let's say I got a 7'3" center on Yao, like a Porzingis. Half anchor. I feel like he should be at least able to slow Yao down. Maybe not stop him, but slow Yao down. Do you feel like it's because like the way the gameplay is, Yao is as good as he is?
It's because he has 80 speed and shoots threes.
That's what I'm gonna say. They kind of a little bit it kind of fixed the mashing. It's not nearly as bad, but yeah, when I saw Yao, I mean the dude's gonna he nobody misses with him. That's the first thing. I mean, if you have a wide open three. Even the most casual player is going to make it. He's got the best, one of the easiest releases of the time. And defensively, he's the best center defensively in the game. That's the problem, right? It's not even just his mashing ability. He's the best shooting big. He's the best defensive big. He's the best everything.
Yeah, that's more of what it is. And the thing is, it's not even fully the gameplay because the Yao last year was trash and he was running the game as well. The thing is, like Todd said, the game has a thing where they've done it every single year. They drop a card that is that much better than every card to make you buy packs. And in the past, it usually works. Like they'll drop a John Havlicek to where a person of my play style, I'm gonna go get that lock in. It's the same thing with Tim Thomas this year. The only difference with Tim Thomas, he came out on November 4th. The only difference with Tim Thomas is they dropped a counter. The problem with Yao is they can't drop a counter. The only counter they can drop is somebody they're not going to drop before 250. They're not dropping Taco's card before 250. They're not dropping George Merson before 250. They're not dropping a good Sim Bular before 250. And with the way the game is, if you're not 7'3", you can't stop him. And I don't know where KP is. KP, I haven't even seen him since his diamond
should have
came
got
out.
Another card.
God knows.
Yeah, he's what we're waiting for. That's really what the main problem is. And it's the same thing Luka last year. They drop a card that's broken. So it's to the point of if you don't have them, you're gonna lose. And now what they're trying to instill into, let's say, a casual's mindset is, hey, I'm watching all these streamers and stuff. They have Yao. It's looking like I have to go get Yao because it's different when I'm using Tim Thomas and you can do the same thing with D-Book. But you're just not doing what Yao's doing. Yao is literally the best player on the game in almost every single aspect outside of the Dark Matters that just came. And LeBron and Giannis don't even count for it because you can stop them, especially with the patch that happened to Mash and that hasn't been reverted. Yao is literally the best offensive center. He can put the ball on the ground better than some of the point guards. Like, go dribble with Damian Lillard and go dribble with Yao Ming. He dribbles better than Damian Lillard. He dribbles better than Steph. He dribbles better than Ja Morant. He has a 90 speed if you have a coach. He has a 93 if you have a coach. He has 90 vert. He has max strength. He has 85 perimeter. He has a 99 block, 99 interior. It's to the point like where if you got Yao, you're just that much better than the next person. And it's really rare that you have a card that really doesn't take skill to use that's much better than the next that's
card.
what I was going to say.
Thomas, everybody can't use Tim Thomas and make him look like how a person of my caliber would. Yeah, I can go give somebody 50 with Tim Thomas, but another person can go put Tim Thomas in and he'll just have 2 points. Yao, you literally just L2 layup.
It's interesting you said Luka because I think Luka is the closest card we've had to this Yao because Luka was the card that anyone who loads up this game can just shoot threes in someone's hands.
The only difference with Luka was you could stop Luka. You had to put a center on him. So if you saw in 250, a lot of people running D-Rob on Luka, or
and then
if you had
the
Yao
Giannis
or
came
in-game,
out.
then the Giannis came out. That Giannis is usually the counter to anybody who's good at 300. The problem with when a person like Yao comes out, there isn't a counter because he's the only 7'6" basketball player who's gonna drop and get a good card pre the real tournament because Taco's never.
The fact that people were talking about putting Ami Taco on the end of their bench, that was their best solution to this problem. Is just crazy. Like I asked the question, right? Like, is Yao part of the problem? I think the answer is yes. Like if you take Yao out of the game right now, it suddenly becomes a lot more balanced. And Yao also costs probably the same amount as the next 10 best players in the game combined.
I mean, they put Yao out to lure people into buying MT. Like, let's be real. That's what they did. Sell packs, lure people into buying MT. That's the whole point. Yeah. That's the whole point of Yao. Like, that's why they did what they did. But I mean, it's objectively hard to argue that 2K didn't fumble this entire situation in the first place when it comes to the bans, though, right? I just there's really no reason that they couldn't have gone a different way with it. Like, there's no feasible reason, at least that I can think of, why they couldn't just wipe MT from the accounts and be like, hey, you are on a short leash. If we catch you again, you're getting perma-banned, but you are still available to play the 250K tournament. There's no reason in my mind that they just don't allow people to do it. And the way they did it, it opens it up to conspiracy theorists as well. Like, I've seen people on Twitter be like, oh, 2K hates Splash and Ty. That's why they did this. You know, stuff like that, which, you know what? Probably not true, but it's really hard to argue because of the way they did it. You know what I mean?
Speaking of conspiracies, we had someone called Tinfoil Hat qualify today, I think.
Yeah, that's facts.
I don't think it's that like, you know, on the outside looking in, of course, you know, at first it's what it looks like. But like you said, they sat down and they spoke to people within the company. So I don't think it was really directed.
Well, no, it's not directed at them. But I mean, if you're a random Twitter guy and you're like, Ty won twice and then he gets banned for something that everybody does.
But that's the thing. He's not the only one that got banned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to remember, to the regular person who watches MyTeam, he watches DBG's videos, he watches Ty videos, he goes to my stream. Ty and Splash are banned. So if I'm a rate, even the stuff that I was getting added on Twitter, it looks like they want new faces in 250. That's the main conspiracy theory that I was told that like didn't sound crazy. But most people, they're not gonna know that me and Ty went through all this to actually try to get us back in. I went to the point to where I said, I don't even want to participate. I just want you to let everybody else participate, because obviously it's a life-changing amount of money. And especially with this year, even though I think this game is trash, which we'll obviously get into in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, everybody has a chance of winning. This is the first year where it's not like, woo, Ty is just this much better than everybody on Xbox. He's going all the way. Splash is, you can win a game on this game as long as you obviously have a competent team. But like, y'all seen people in Players Lounge tournaments and in MyTeam tournaments, man, even though we might not be as locked as possible, we might be reading comments, man, people, you can get a game off somebody this year. So like, that's but to the main person, it just looked like they don't want me and Ty to win this year. Which, hey, even my mama said it. I talked to my mom about the situation. Grandma, girlfriend, first thing they said, they don't want y'all to win again. Because he's now won back-to-back. I've been in it 2 or 3 times as well in the finals or semifinals. They're sick of it. In the bigger picture, but the real bigger picture that people will never understand, which is something that Ty and DBG always say, they just never cared about the 250 tournament. The 250 tournament was a grabber, so people would spend more money. The 250 tournament was, you're gonna sweat this 6 months out. Give us all your money. Do this, do that. We're gonna make sure we keep the cards balanced enough to where they're not completely broken. Which, if you look at the pace of the game, obviously Yao's broken, but imagine if Yao was able to get off Limitless. Like, you feel me? If you look at the badges and stuff that they gave them, you can tell they're still going on. Well, I don't know if
there's a power creep, in their mind.
They're going on a little route in which they usually don't try to break the cards OD till 250, even though they drop like 1 or 2 that are just outrageous. And that's why you always hear me on my stream like, every card on this game is trash to me, because they have some type of crazy weakness outside of the people that just dropped in the All-Star set, because they could get every badge in the game outside of like 2 of them. But that's really all it was. Like, when I talked to my family, the first thing they said, they didn't even ask no questions. It was just, they just don't want y'all to win this year. Like, literally the first question that most people ask, even when they came in my stream, because, you know, they try to put me and Ty against each other all day. That's why I love when we play against each other, because it's always good content. But like, man, they come in there.
How do you two feel about that, by the way? I find that interesting, because people do it. There's like fan bases, isn't there, that are very loyal to each of you, but quite against the other ones.
Right. And the funniest thing is, like, Splash and I get along really well. And these little trolls like try to be like,
we call them gremlins.
Yeah, gremlins. They try to like get us like going at each other, and it's like, come on, man. Like, we'll play for the content and stuff, but it's like, at the worst one to be.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, Splash.
Oh yeah, the worst one to be when me and him playing, and you know, obviously when you're playing, you're gonna call the other person trash. So say he'll just get like a good stop, right? And I say, the game is trash. He stops, or like you box him, or I box him for 24 seconds, or like one of his lines. Oh my God, if I could go check the chat logs and just type in this message, Ty's favorite line when he plays somebody who played in the 2K league is, if he baits you, is that the Reed 2K league point guard, something like that. So now I got 15 people coming in the stream. Ty said you should have never played PG in the 2K league because you can't make a read. And I have him tabbed up too, like during the timeout and stuff, because I'm just chilling. And of course I'm gonna give him my view. But then I'll like scoring him and say, is that really the defense? Is this the person who's dropping the best defensive settings? And I'll go look in Ty stream literally in the same second. It's like they voice to mic'd it. Voice to keyboarded it. Woo! Ty, he said you got no defense. How are you the best defensive player in the game? And like after the game, we good. That's what people would never understand. Like it'll never really get outrageous. But that's how it always is, and we know that. That's really the reason me and him don't play that much more. We'll play off stream a lot, but that's why we don't play that much on stream, because you like gotta prepare yourself, because whoever loses is literally gonna cuss out his chat. Literally, it doesn't matter. If he loses, he's cussing out his chat. If I lose, I'm cussing out his chat.
The community struggles with banter. Like they don't get it. Like I haven't told you guys this. I haven't told you this, Josh, but I got a message a few weeks ago telling me to stop bullying you on the podcast. I'm like, this is a grown-ass man from Brooklyn.
Someone told you to stop bullying me on a podcast?
Yeah. People don't understand banter at all. Like no one gets this worse than DBG. DBG gets this the worst. Every word that comes out of his mouth is banter. People take it as gospel, like he's being serious. He actually thinks Wesley Person is the best card in the game. No, he doesn't.
He actually thinks Tim Thomas sucks. He actually thinks you can play without Yao and go use Michael Oluwakandi over Yao. Yes. No, I have people come on stream all the time, and I gotta tell them like, listen, DBG is gonna keep thriving because you're literally coming in my stream right now, telling me that Wesley Person is better than Magic Johnson. Like literally, it's really people who will come in, and I'm cool with no money spent people. Y'all just go too far sometimes. Like they literally will come on my stream and be like, you have to run Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson. Meanwhile, I'm 77 and 40, and I'm only running Wesley Person, Michael Oluwakandi, and like 4 other people. And I'm like, are you proud of that? And like, yeah, because I'm playing the game the right way. And I don't need the best cards to win. And I'd be like, the thing that always got me, and this is what I started doing, because I always y'all see me on Twitter, I be just literally throwing shots at everybody. But the way to stop all the people is, so when the whole cheating situation came up, a lot of people obviously they would say that because it's the internet. You can obviously say whatever you want, and like they don't care if it's sensitive topic or not. That's what they say. But a lot of people would tell me, or even under my YouTube comments or in Twitch, and anybody comment on my stuff in Twitch, I'm pausing what I'm doing. I'm on him for the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, but, I'm very careful in your chat.
Yeah.
What I said is, I hate when they say me or Ty need the best cards to win, because I'd be like, I can go get on a no money spin account right now, or I tell them I will mirror match your lineup and we can play. And they're like, no, you'll still win. Then I'm like, so what's the point of me and you having this argument? It was the people who were like, we need to cheat to still be top players. And no, the thing that people couldn't understand and they just can't grasp the concept is, we don't need the cards to be top players. Obviously, you saw me and Nike playing with the theme teams, and we still look good. Like, we can play the game at a high level with the lesser but good cards, but you're just not running those lesser but good cards versus it's the easiest to put in black and white is when I bring up Yao Ming. Like, you're not running none of them versus Yao Ming. And people really got saved because the patch happened, the hotfix happened. If they didn't hotfix MASH in 2.5 times, I wish y'all could have saw what Yao looked like prior to that. Y'all be missing open layups and stuff now. Like, he'll miss like a 9, miss like a 15.
Yeah,
Yao was literally in comp games averaging like 30 and 16. It was like when Kareem first came out. When Tim Thomas came out and Kareem was averaging like 20 and 12 and he was hitting threes with a 63. Now just imagine that times 90 plus 4 more inches. Like I promise I wish y'all got to see it when it was bad. Like it's just really hard to explain it to, like, I'm not even gonna say casuals, just to the people who are in the middle of like, I want to be a sweat, but I'm too trash to be a sweat. But they're not casual because they're decent at the game. But it's so hard to just explain it to them. So
it's frustrating when people start lobbying cheating allegations because how is it cheating when everybody does it? It's not anymore. It's not a competitive advantage at all at that point. I mean, realistically, everyone's just playing catch up with each other to make sure that their teams are the same. So that's not it's not cheating. All right. It's not like people act like the only two people who did it were you and Ty for some reason, even though I guarantee that you guys spend less than some of the people in the qualifiers. Because I've seen some absolutely,
especially him. He barely, like, he'll only buy MT literally if a card that he can't win without having it in his lineup drops. Other than that, Ty will literally go out there and just chill for like.
I think he would not update his lineup. Casuals, to be honest, I think
you want to know what the craziest part is about this whole thing? I bought MT. I never had Yao Ming. Like,
that's
never had Yao ever. Yeah, I didn't buy the MT at that time to get Yao. I never had Yao. And like, yes, I did buy MT and I should have whatever got banned. But to me, this is what 2K said. They're like, when we looked at like the percentage of qualifiers, it wasn't like this is what they said. It wasn't like 95%. It was more like 70 to 80. And in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, I don't even think that's accurate, number one. And number two, even if it's still 70 or 80%, doesn't that signify that it's a bigger problem than just like us?
Just like Jazz said, yes. Exactly.
I mean, that's 70. I say 70 or 80% of people speed on or go over the speed limit. But
that's exactly what I said. I said to somebody, it would be like if we run a red light. Let's say it's 6 of us and we run a red light, or we're all on the freeway and we're speeding. 6 of us are speeding, and we've been speeding since we forever started driving. And me, I get put over and just go to jail. Like just go to jail. Like just instantly. Or whoever just ran this random person, he runs this red light. We all run the red light, but he runs this red light. He gets no warning. Does he know he's not supposed to run a red light? Yeah. And he just goes to jail. Like just instantly. He goes to jail for 10 days because he ran a red light. And
do you know why that's a bad analogy? Because you've undersold the problem. Because even when you're speeding, there is a chance you would get pulled over by the police. But for the last 3 years, there has been no chance you would get busted for MT unless you're literally advertising it in a video. So even the speeding thing is like underselling it.
It's true because, like Splash and I said, it's no secret. Everybody has known that we buy MT. When they transferred my 50 HOF cards from Xbox to PlayStation last year so I could play in the finals, what did they think I did when they looked at my packs and saw that I had spent less than $300 or $400? How did they think I got them? I don't get it. It's not like something that we've been even trying to hide. Like, people know it. It just, to me, it bugs me because it's just like, again, they don't care about they don't care about the qualifiers. They don't care about the time that we wasted in the second and third qualifier after it had literally how they could have already, found a solution to that. But they wait until after the third qualifier where we already have put in all the time and effort. And it just, it's so irritating because you're right. I mean, the speed limit example, it is kind of underselling it. It really is.
I've heard people compare it to murder.
The other guy,
that's
we're gonna
wild.
get it. We're gonna get into it. I don't even want to talk about that one. But the worst part about it for the people who don't understand when we try to say like it's a necessity. 48 people were qualified over like the consoles. Like at the time by game day 3 over all 4 gen sport, everybody got disqualified. One person, I think it was 47 out of 48 people got disqualified from the tournament.
And then the people who got put back in got DQ'd after that.
And then they put new people in, and those people, after they signed the declaration, because once you sign the declaration, they go look through your stuff, see if you bought MT, do this, do that, go check your pack. And they got disqualified too. So not even counting them. If we have by game day 3, we got 12 on each console, quick math, 40, we got 48 people, and 47 out of the 48 people who qualified were banned. And then you go look on Twitter and somebody who said, it was people saying, I have not played the game in 3 months and I just qualified and I was in place 116. So that means 115 other people they could have went to all bought MT. So at some point it's like, that's why I'm saying, like Jazz said, like Ty said, it's a bigger problem, but they're gonna try to mask it as much as they can. But that should tell you how much
there's going to be a lot of questions after this qual. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah. Sorry. So you see how everyone got disqualified, then some people qualified, and those people got DQ'd. Because like what I did, I looked at the list to see who's going to be in the tournament. How are they even going to like decide? Are they just moving people up? Is that what they're doing? Like they're just moving people up.
So yeah, they're basically moving people up. But my whole thing is for this last quals. I don't. They have 2 weeks. How in the heck, if everybody has 3 days to respond, how are they gonna do all this without it being an absolute dumpster fire?
Oh, they're not.
And they're not gonna push it back neither, because they never pushed back the original date.
It's all for PR. They're not, like it bugs me because it's such an and I respect them for talking with me, but it just is to me so unprepared. And my whole thing is this. Can you guys imagine if they had a good tournament system in place? Let's say the same prize pool. Let's say $500,000, okay, total, okay? Wait, is that underselling it? No, that's right, 500,000, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's just say, it's over the course of a year. Let's say 6 different tournaments, whatever. Some might be for 50,000, some might be 100,000. If they market them right, if they time them right, if they're ran right, can you guys imagine how much that would even do for them and their pack sales and all that stuff? Instead,
I had an idea, Ty. I had an idea, which was if they're going to spend $500,000 on this, right? Because one of the questions we haven't answered yet, and we will answer it in a sec, is why they chose to intervene now, right? Because we haven't really answered that question yet. But actually, one of the answers is because 250K has been a shit show for years, right? You guys have won it. The best man always wins ultimately, but the journey to get there is just a dumpster fire every single time. We haven't had A qualifiers where the community isn't going off. Splash, last quals, you got 70% error coded. You had 2,000 people in there just shitting on the game. Really, that's what was happening. So I think in their mind they drew that line. But actually, I think this is what they need to do. You guys let me know if you think this is a good idea, right? If you're going to take $500,000, right? Let's say $10,000 a week, roughly. Run it every weekend. Just run a tournament every weekend, Friday to Sunday. Ban people on Tuesday and Friday, right? So you can't get into that tournament if you've bought MT in the last few days, because that seems to be what they're doing. They're timing it for content drops. So it seems to be Tuesday and Fridays are the bans. So it's very unlikely someone will even get a chance to play in that tournament if they bought MT. Let the whole year run. $500,000 has been given away. You guys could work towards that every week, right? You've now got a genuinely competitive tournament. Everyone knows where they stand with MT. We've got weekly excitement. Imagine the views, guys, when you guys are playing in that tournament every weekend, competing against each other. It would bring the whole comp scene to life for the whole year. And then at the end, take the top 4 people, the people that have scored the most points over the year in those weekend tournaments, fly them out and hold a tournament for like 50K or something. That's how this should be done. The format is just terrible. Like, it's terrible. 4 times a year, we basically have a PR event turn into a literal dumpster fire. And then the finals seem to be the only time where we seem to have some level of excitement about it, where it's just not exclusively negative. But I think, was it Definitive that got his connection dropped against, was it against you, Ty? I don't know if I'm
it was against me.
Thing is, they'll never even know. Me and Ty played in the finals, so we know, like, it's just something simple. Like, they didn't send him a cord when they sent him on the PlayStation when we had to play each other. So like,
they didn't send me the power cord for the PS5. They sent it on Friday. We were supposed to play on Saturday. The only reason I had it is because I had a PlayStation 5. But they didn't even send me the power cord.
That's terrible.
It's like if people really knew how much of a shit show it really was, like, it's so much stuff that, like, we could slender. We win though, so it looks like and even from 2K's perspective, it looks like, hey, even with all of this BS going on, TyDeBo still finds a way to win. Splash still finds a way to win or get to the finals. So we're fine. But like, when you're in the finals and you see like how unprepared everything is going on or how out of sync they are, it's a completely different thing. Like, just like one thing that only me and Ty know about. On 21, it was obviously 10. It was 10 patches. By the time in the finals, like when you made it to the finals, because obviously the real finals is like a month later. The finals in which we played the real 250, where you got to whoever is gonna go to the finals, we were playing on patch 8. Me and Ty loaded up on patch 1. You couldn't practice. You couldn't do anything. Like, so we had to play on a patch 7 games back. Like, the game is literally a completely different game.
Why and how did they do that?
Because they sent us the consoles, and the consoles must be their pre-built consoles. Like, I don't know how they're structured, but they must just have that base game. I don't know.
Yeah, they just have the base game. Like, you can't do anything on the PlayStation. Like, when you turn the PlayStation on, there's no settings, there's no this, there's no that. It's 2K and turn off. Like
You
turn on
can't
2K, you can't do nothing. No, you load up 2K. It says spectator mode. That's for obviously the tournament people or the commentators. It says tournament and it says practices. You get to play a domination game versus the Lakers, and your settings might not save. Like another thing, when I play versus Ty, I didn't even have shot feedback. That's not an excuse to why I lost. I'm just saying, if you name off all the stuff that me and him had to go through, like I played with shot feedback for 5.5 months. I had to lab with no shot feedback when I got the new console because I was like, I can't save my shot feedback. They told me I was supposed to go into the little fake domination game, turn on, it was gonna save. That's why they didn't show my point of view when me and Ty was playing, because I didn't have no shot feedback and it looked stupid. People was like, what's he shooting? What's he this? What's he that? And he had shot feedback. It's so much stuff. Like obviously what happened to E is obviously unfortunate. Taiwan, regardless. So whatever happens, but like the whole tournament is ran so bad. So even if they were to do what you said, I would love that. Even what I said, I've been saying it because I'm tapped in with the Madden community, MLB, et cetera, like other esports, they do prize pools. So if you're at least a top 10 player in your game, you're gonna make some money.
Yeah.
In 250, you can qualify first seed 97 times. And if you get first round, you made no money. I said they should do it even. If I'm the first seed, I should make a certain amount of money. If you're the 16th seed, if everybody on here gets in order from 1 through 6, 7, you should make something so you know it wasn't all for like, a waste of time.
That's
literally.
the thing, Splash. Like the way that I said it, if you're like a top 10 player, if you can win 3 times out of those 50, you can win 3 weeks out of that 50, you've earned like the average American salary for a year just playing the game. Like it doesn't take a huge amount to get to a point where it becomes a sustainable job.
That's depressing
to play this game. Yeah, but it's not. It's all or nothing. Every year, it's all or nothing.
And I think everybody would rather have it that way. Whether you are a top 3 player in that 10 to 16 range, I think everybody would rather have the more chances. But again, I think it all goes back to it has to be ran right. And from what I know and what I've seen. And not just for the buy and empty, they don't care. They don't put in the effort to make the tournament good. They don't care. And honestly, I don't think they know how to improve what they've got.
So I want to ask you guys something. So with everything going on, with the tournament and everything, like this move they made, do you think it's a possibility like that there's a sign of a big change about to come within the tournament itself? Or do you think they're just scrapping the whole thing altogether? Because like you said, like everything just seems too like,
I'll answer that. It's done. It's done. When you get to a point where they didn't even stream today, like this is a PR disaster for them right now.
I didn't even
I think it's done. I think it's the last time we see it, and we will see something different next year. I mean, you guys let me know what you think.
Do you think the tournament aspect, like there's still going to be a competitive mode in my team? You think? Yeah. Or like 250. So okay, so it will be, but it just won't be 250.
I think they'll take a year off from like the ultra competitive mode. I think they'll just fly a few people out next year for a tournament or something. I think they'll take a year off to figure it out, probably. Because if I was them, I wouldn't do anything impulsively right now because they really need to figure out the problems, and I don't think they're going to do it in a couple of months.
How do you think that affects the game mode now? Like if they take a year off from the tournament, do you think the views go up, down? Like what do you think?
The game mode is better if 250 never is a thing. I've been saying that for a long time.
That was a wild thing for you to say.
It might be worse for us who make money off like sweating, etc. But if 250 is what ruined my team as a whole, it made unlimited everybody knows though. Like unlimited is like when a new player asks me what game mode should I play, I tell them never play unlimited. Like 250 ruined all that. Like you go load up in the clutch time, you're getting full court pressed. Load up in the triple threat, you're getting full court pressed. Load up in unlimited, you're playing a clone of one of us two. If you play one who's close, you're playing. You're literally playing either a complete clone. You're playing people who have on our exact jerseys, exact abbreviation, exact team name, exact lineup, etc. I literally I got on Courage and ran into 3 of myself because my name is Eyeball Splash. You can put the I's instead of the L's. Yeah. I literally played myself like 3 straight times.
That's gotta be wild. That's gotta be wild for you, dude.
I was like, bro, what's going on? Type stuff. It's a dude on Xbox named Nike Fiend. Like it's not just us two neither.
Man, dudes have an identity crisis, man.
Yeah, it's people all over the place. But what I said is, obviously, I wanted to be some type of big tournament. But if 250 wasn't a tournament, I think my team wouldn't. It wouldn't be nothing to knock no more because we wouldn't care as much about the gameplay. Why do we care? So why do I want the gameplay to be perfect? So I can win 250.
What's funny? What you're saying about 250 more often than not, when I've heard people say that phrase, it's usually Ty who gets the heat. It's Ty being the content creator, spreading the doing videos on defensive settings. That's usually how that is phrased. It's never the community. It's never like people as whole. You get it to some extent, Splash, for sure.
Yeah, no, like people try to make it seem like because all the game has turned into is if you're tuned in to one of the two best players, you are now 99.9% better than the average players, unless you just don't give a fuck. If you don't care, that's different. That's a completely different thing. But if you literally go put on Ty's defensive settings, watch me use Tim Thomas for 2 hours, or watch me, or go get you a Ricky Davis.
Yeah, you're immediately
go. You're immediately 99.9% better than the.
Well, I think you immediately have like a better understanding. If you can execute it or not is a different conversation, but you have a better idea of what you should be doing. Ty, respond to those people. I want to hear what you say. Those people that blame you for ruining Unlimited. What's your response to them?
I mean, we don't help. We make jokes about it all the time.
We do. Yeah.
Well, I would say this. I would say it as well as I've always said. You know, my team, and this is going to be crazy for me to say, my team was always more fun when you on-balled each other.
You're not lying. You are not
back
lying.
in 2K19 or 2K17. Yeah, and I'm not even talking about Unlimited, really. Triple threat, you know, where you could just you on-balled each other and you just, you know, had fun. But but I feel like this whole competitive my team, it's kind of it really did boom, you know, right after the first couple 250s. But I'm kind of with Splash. I feel like it'd just be more fun to just enjoy the game in a way. And I'm hoping 250's back next year, whatever. Not 250, but of course, competitive my team's back. That's I want to clarify. But what I'm saying is, if it's not, I think I'll have more fun playing my team.
I think, you know, like you saying that too, like coming from both you guys, two guys who won the tournament, saying it would be more
it's
fun.
Jarring, isn't it, Josh?
It's crazy because I literally
that for our
I told Jazz, that's like before I even knew what I really was doing in my team, I used to have a blast. Like, of course, I get mad if I lose, but like it's not as mad. But like now that you know there's more, like before I started watching Ty's videos, I was completely ignorant to the whole way people play the game.
And
like
that's
I was
better. That's better.
It was more fun. I ran
Amethyst,
John Morant. I had Miles Bridges at the 3. I was using Elgauskas at the 5. Like I was having fun in the game. I'm on balling and it was more competitive. I was running Westbrook, bro. Like it was so much better. And then it's like I started like I'm not putting the blame on you at all, Ty. You know,
the
competitive.
He obviously gets all the heat because
of course,
he's one of the few people who actually uploads like me. Like, and the thing is, I try to tell people, like, I'll troll him about it, like, now I gotta play fake Ties and Unlimited all day. But like the thing is, the people, there is a truce among the comp people. As long, like, if us comp people, let's say me and Ty scrap every video we was finna do, and for the next 3 days we drop videos that just break the game. We don't even drop none of the game breaking stuff. Like, y'all remember on 2K20 when he dropped, if y'all was watching him, he dropped the deep hash video, and that video went ballistic because nobody knew what that was going on. Imagine if we drop videos on how to stand and done glitch, drop videos on how to acrobat glitch, drop videos on how to make players cut, drop videos on how to properly 300. We don't usually do all that until after 250, so that's why I say it's a truce. The only thing he usually does is just throw his defensive settings out there.
Splash, can I tell you how significant what you're saying is right now, just from my 2K20 experience? So I got into my team properly in 2K20. I got Diamond Cam Reddish. Was he in the Kobe challenges, I think?
Yes.
Cam Reddish. Oh my God.
Watched Ty's video on Deep Hash and went 12-0.
Literally. Because if we really gave people the sauce that like we really know, we would have, like, y'all saw the little coaching sessions and stuff. Man, I did that.
I did that in 20. I did that in 20. That's the first time I learned to do anything. Like I was watching Ty's streams. He started catching some momentum. I was like, yo, can I get some lessons? He watched the game. He watched me play, and then we watched the game back. And he told me what I was doing wrong, and I started having fun. But then when everyone started doing it, that's when it stopped being fun for me. I didn't have that edge anymore.
That's why I agree with what Ty said. The game, like, I'm one of the ones who, because I played, if you don't play Pro-Am, you can't on ball. Like, it's physically impossible because you don't know the dribble moves. You don't know how to get this and get that. But the reason I'll say, that's why I like playing devil's advocate in situations. I'll even say I ruined it. Because I can't, like, Ty brought the sweat and the settings and stuff into it. I brought a whole nother level of sweat. Like, people, like, literally when I'm playing, like, I will literally tell you everything that goes wrong every single possession of the game when I get scored on. And then I'll applaud the guy when he, like, dogs me. But, like, it'll be as far as when somebody throws a pick and roll pass and you play it perfectly and they throw the Madden pass and the person catches it like this and you were supposed to get, like, a clean steal, like, stuff like that. I think I brought, like, a whole nother thing to it because a lot of people would just play the game regular. But now it's, he's getting blessed because, you know, Splash said this was a blessing and this is this and this is that. Right. When you don't know all of that's going on, when you just think, oh, he just made a good pass, or hey, he's not doing a glitch. I don't even know why he's standing dunking so much. Hey, he's just switching up his shot, trying to be Michael Jordan and Kyrie Irving. It's no way it's like a glitch or something. The game's at a different level. So that's why I say, and trust me, I want it to be in $1 million tournament. I want it to be a prize pool. So, like, the best players, like, not, I want to say how Madden does it because I'm most tapped in with how Madden does it. But, like, as long as you're top 5 in Madden, you're making $300,000. That's it. Like, as long as you're a top 5 player. So imagine
that has been the challenge.
He would be at $1 million right now. I would be, let's say I'm at 750K. I want it to be a tournament, but I know, like, what we did to the game. It's not even just us in this game, though. It's just comp, period. Like, the problem with gaming now is everybody wants to be comp. Everybody's fiending for that first upload to break the game. This glitch, Call of Duty, this glitch, this gun is this much better than this gun. So I got to get this video out on this gun. And if you don't use this gun, you can't go out there. And then if we go into Warzone, well, I know the top guns, but, like, we just go out in the Warzone and just use some random guns and we get popped by some people with the little pro skins on. We're just like, I love playing Call of Duty. It's funny. It's funny.
You know what else,
I know I'm going to get cooked.
People don't realize how good you guys are. Like that's the other thing. Like, this is one of the things in this whole situation, right? They're like, oh, you needed those cards, whatever. Bro, I'm, like, okay at the game, right? I'm decent. That's how I describe myself. And then I ran into Amar a few months ago, and I questioned everything I knew about this game, right? So I run into people. I run into people that, you know, full court press, use your meta, whatever, and I could beat them on a good day. I could beat them, you know, if they have a bad day. But then I played Amar, and I was just stunned. I can't do anything. Why is he greening a 4 with Amethyst Giannis? Like, what is happening right now? I was on a call with Lutz at the time, and I was just in a bad way.
You were properly going through it.
Yeah,
that's the thing people would never understand because, like, they'll, like, when me and him on stream, like, he sweats on stream, like, he'll play like Rello or something, he's still not playing for real. I be trying to tell people, like, if you really, like, okay, I'm obviously, like, I'm just gonna use Josh as an example. So I do this thing before qualifiers where I hit up people and I play dumb serious because I don't never play serious, like, on stream, and I play dumb serious to get ready to lock in. Like, I'll just use that as a thing. Josh played me before qualifiers. We played like 3 straight games. And that, like, bro, I was out there really going crazy. But that's really the only time.
I couldn't do anything. I really
and Josh isn't trash. I've seen him beat some people in Players Lounge tournaments. I've seen him actually make it. I've seen him make it to the Final Four. I've seen him make it dang near to the finals until he runs into one of the top sweats. But when I played him, if you was to watch that game, you would think Josh literally should just picked up 2K yesterday. Because that's how much better we really are, but people would never understand. That's why
I don't think he's recovered from that game. He got first rounded today.
That's why I try to point it to 3 things. One, just talking about going undefeated for 5 hours. Do you know how hard it is to go undefeated for 5 hours if you're not playing box all 5 hours? That's the first thing. That is so hard, especially like for us. Let's say we've qualified every single year. That means every single year we have went undefeated for 5 hours, which is already hard enough. And then on the second thing, if most of the people were to play us, like, you would really realize how much better. Like, it's the thing why he'll probably say I'm the best offensive and I'll say he's the best defensive. I have played him when we labbed for 21 when we both made finals. Me and him played, I say, 12 straight days. Like, it was a clock in, clock out type thing. He hit me up, yo, you on? Cause we know, like, it's to the point, like, when y'all remember when I was telling y'all the comp people I say I'll lose to and the comp people I say I won't lose to. I don't, bro. Honestly, bro, everybody sucks except like 5 people, and I don't be saying that because I'm just saying honestly. If I am sitting there, I say it like this because it's the same thing with Ty. I see Ty play like Rello, then I see Ty play me. if I look at that person and imagine his PSN is his PSN, this man right here PSN, I win. Versus everybody besides maybe him and the other like 3 or 4 people. Obviously, I might need to drop a little tier list soon, so get some little content off this because I've been
W promo links in the description.
I love this,
W promo. But that's what I be trying to tell people. It's not that many good people in the game when we're really playing serious. That's why all the top players respect specific top players. It's like it's the lesser top players, like the 16 through 17 through 18. Bro, I've played people that I've lost to in Unlimited on stream, and they played me off stream, and I beat them by like 60. It's really that much of a large gap, and that's why when we having these conversations with people, it's so hard to dumb down what we're trying to explain into a way that somebody who isn't dumb tough at the game will really understand. Because like a good thing, this is why I like that me and Ty both got different what's the names or like different opinions on stuff. He'll say Tim Thomas is like trash, but I'll look amazing with him. Then I'll say a card like Giannis is trash, and I'll say Giannis is trash because he has a 68-3 out of the eye, he steps in. And he'll say Giannis is the best card because he can guard Tim Thomas and make it tough out of the eye. Different opinions, but back to what I was saying, because I almost lost my train of thought. Man, if y'all would see how many times, like I'll probably say it's probably like 52-48. Me and Tottenham play like 200 plus times, 500 plus times. The year of 21, when we all qualified and we had 3 weeks to get ready for the real tournament to see who would make finals and stuff, me and Top play like 12 straight days, like 10 or 11 games. Like,
yeah, you turned each other into monsters.
Locked games, yes. Locked games
into monsters.
Like that's what people would never understand. Like when you really got to lock in for the game, it's a difference in like, you good at the game, or you play a player's lounge tourney, you play a MyTeam Madness tourney. I'm talking, me and him was playing. This was 2 years ago too. You don't even want to know how I lab now.
We used to refer to it as like the irresistible force versus the immovable object. That's literally how we used to refer to it.
Yeah, bro.
I got a question for both of you. I got a super interesting question for both of you, because you said something there, Splash. You said like Ty's known for his defense and you're known for your offense, right? But I think you're both underrated at the other thing. That you don't get to where you are without Ty being one of the best defensive players in the world and you being one of the best defensive players in the world. Where would you rank each other in the thing that you're good at? So Splash, where would you rank Ty's offense, and Ty, where would you rank Splash's defense in terms of people you play?
On Xbox? I'm saying on his console, or just period?
Period. I don't know what the difference would be.
If I'm talking about when he plays versus me, because like I say, I don't see the same TyDeBo y'all be seeing. Like y'all get to see him play versus like when he do it, like he be playing me like I killed his family or something. I was playing like he killed my family too, but it'd be like a whole different level. I say obviously after like the top offensive players, like Nike's obviously a better offensive player than him, but it's just because most of the people who are better offensive players didn't play a different game of. But I think him as a MyTeam only player or quick match only player, trying to think, is it
top four?
I say the only person I have over him offensively, like not I'm Nike is obviously over him. I'm talking about MyTeam only players. He's the second best. I think Swaggy got better offense than him. I play Swaggy a lot though.
You got him fourth.
So I would say I got him like top 5-ish when he plays me. Now that little TyDeBo y'all get to see when he playing versus Rello for $40 and Welcome Down King for $25. He sucks. I wish I could get him. Oh my God, I'd never.
He sits up.
When he's locked in, because obviously I can't. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's a few people who you gotta guard them for 24 seconds. Ty have some bum in his lineup. Let's say Diamond Cam Reddish, because I used to play him when he had Diamond Cam Reddish, and you gotta pay attention to him though, because he might have 12 points. Like you play me, going into this game, put your best matchup on my Tim Thomas or put your best matchup on my Vince Carter. I'm not giving the ball up. Stop him. And if you stop him, you have a 5% chance of winning if you're not him. Now, if he stops him, he has a 75% chance of winning. He'll have like these cards like Cam Reddish or the stupid rope.
Are we forgetting that he dropped like the best part of 100 points on DBG on his host?
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. So like
why do we act like Ty isn't good offensively? Ty rank Splash. Rank Splash's defense.
It is crazy because I've always, people always say Splash is known for his offense, but I say top 3 overall, not even Xbox or PlayStation. Like, I mean,
who you got ahead of him?
I've defensively, I would say
you're putting yourself number one. Like, of course, you're putting yourself number one.
I'm not ranking me.
He not gonna rank himself.
Okay, you're number one.
So
So
some other really good defensive players. I think Jin is really good defensively. I think Swaggy is really good defensively. Those are a couple of guys. But that it is an interesting point you do bring up because I think I'm known for my bad offense because I don't 3-hunt. I have gotten better at it, but I run to the rim and stand in dunk, called deep hash. Splash is known for his offense because he got John Havlicek out there moving like Zeus. So it is kind of an interesting point you bring up. When I played Splash,
it's funny you say you don't 3-hunt because I remember 2K21. You made the peak video, about how to peak. Isn't that that was literally 21? That's what 70% of 300 just being able to come off a screen and peek. It
is. I'm just saying compared to those other guys, I really don't. But the interesting thing I kind of want to end or say on this Jazz is it's in 2K, I think it was 21 when I matched Splash in the finals. He missed in game 1, I think 3 or 4 shots or one shot.
I missed 3 shots. I was 36 for 39 from the field, and I was 17 for 19 from the 3.
And I lost the game by 4. So that shows my offense is maybe better than people gave me credit for. My defense, or it's just kind of crazy. It just shows the strength.
No one, but to lose by 4 to someone who only missed 3 shots, I don't think that goes to show the different levels.
Tough we is.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
what I be trying to explain.
Say that again. What did you hit? You hit 30 what? Out of what?
I was 36 for 39 from the field.
Against the best defensive player
from
in the
the
world.
3.
And I promise I was trying to play defense.
I know
He was like if we was to go back and watch that game, you would just be like, and the thing is, you wanna know the funniest thing? I watched that back a lot with my friends and stuff. Bro, I sucked. Oh my God. I went to go watch back the 21 current and I'm looking because you see a bunch of different stuff when you're not playing than when you're playing. Let's say I watch him play versus Josh and Ty had the corner, he gets baited. I see it because I'm not playing, but in the game, I probably would have thrown the same read. I went to go watch back that series and I was like, wow, if I would have did this, and this, I would have been better. I think I sucked back then, but I still think on that game, I was the best person on 21. He did beat me though, because I think he's the best series player. That's a thing a lot of people don't give him credit for. Ty, listen, if I rank Ty in game 1, bro, he's like bottom of top 10. Game 1's versus ft.TyDeBo is the freest win because Ty he gotta play you. He gotta get into the groove. He gotta
adjust.
He gotta adjust and stuff. Me, that's why y'all always hear me talk about sweeping people and doing this. Man, I come out swinging right out gate. Woo, woo, woo. Game 1. That's why I don't think I've ever dropped a game 1 to somebody in my team really, unless I'm I don't drop game 1.
Yeah, it's true. It's an understated thing about you guys at that level is okay. You can get you can get Yao Ming, but you can't teach that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't.
You can't. Right?
We deep in. That's what people don't understand. They understand because they watch us, but people don't understand. We're really that deep in. He lost by 4 points to me, and I missed 3 shots. Now if I miss 6 shots, I lose that game. So that's me playing my best offensive game. The next game, he had me boxed, and I lost by 2 points. That's the thing, and why people you got to understand. It's this level of this, it's this level of this, and then it's the level where we at compared to all of this. It's just a different thing. But another thing I say to people, just for people who get better, you would never get worse at a 2K. That's why when I look back at how I played on 23, on 24, I'm gonna be dang, I sucked. And when I look back on myself at 25, 24, dang, I still suck.
I don't
because
know,
you
bro.
always do get better.
Sometimes it feels like I've never played the game. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I can take a short break and feel brand new. Often.
That's the only thing. That's why I always love talking comp as a whole. It's
I'll be
cool,
interested to see how y'all when y'all talk about the steps you guys take to prepare for game days. I really be yeah, there's no way I was gonna ever try to become, because to me, if me trying to become, I would just load up the game probably after work when I come home for a few hours. Nah, y'all putting in time. That is crazy, man.
Another thing, I don't know if y'all was following at the time. So after I lost to Ty, I dropped the notes I had on Ty in my notes, in my phone. It was 3 pages long. 3 pages long of like this, and that got him a lot more respect from a lot of people who like are like my fan base. Yeah, no, that's just I play him a lot. That's the thing I have over people. Obviously, my stick skill is up there because I was a league player. But the reason I was so good in the 2K league is because I'm like a calculator. Like I remember everything. Like you can name a person on the game, and I can name their strengths and their weaknesses and why I think I would beat them. Like just because once I play you, I never forget how you played. Or like I probably watch the most MyTeam out of everybody. Like I watch like the people who people don't even know are like. Those the 16 through 20, I watched them play because the thing I figured out from the 2K league, we played like the worst team in the league. Let's say like the Bobcats suck. We was the top team in the league at the time. We scrim versus the Bobcats and they destroyed us with something we didn't know was in the game. So I be watching all these streams because dang, he sucks, but I didn't know I could do this on the game. So now, because all 2K is a copy and paste community. If Ty running them defensive settings, if you think I'm not running them defensive settings, I mean, you tweaking, you feel me? I'm gonna put them settings in and put my own little spin to them. You feel me? So that's the way it is. But just to juice it up a little bit, I guess I named the players I was talking about. So Kool-Aid and JB, Kool-Aid and JB are away from it because they're under 18 and I wouldn't have to worry about losing 250 to them. But the players that I physically think I could lose to in 250, like. We play a 4-quarter game where we're both locked, no distractions, no looking at phones, no looking at streams, no looking at nothing. One is obviously him because me and him, I think if it's a best of one, I got him. But just in any series, like he's really tough. So Ty is one. Number 2 is Jin. Jin destroyed me last year. Like Jin's sanity is so good at the game.
What is going on with him? Like he's just like in the shadows playing.
He stay real low key, but he watch all the games. So like, just so for people who don't know Jin Sanity, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So on current gen, he went up 19 on me. I came back and won on current gen. I hadn't been down 19 all year, like to nobody, like because that's how good I was at the last year's game. And last year's game sucked too. I was tough at that suckish game though. And then on next gen, if you ask anybody, if you ask anybody, you can pick anybody out of the woodworks that watch comp. There's no chance I didn't make it out of the next gen bracket. On PlayStation, not even the slightest chance. I was by far the best next gen PlayStation player the entire year. I dominated from September until March when the tournament happened. Gen had me down 26 in the second quarter on next gen. I lost the game by 2 points, but it's just that that's how I was.
Is it just them two? Is it just them two?
No, it's Ty, it's Jin, it's Swaggy, number 3. Swaggy is really good. The reason Swaggy lost to me last year is because he never played me. If you've never played me, you just can't win because I go out there and I do a bunch of weird stuff, but I make it look cute. So like you'll watch Ty playing, his gameplay looks ugly. So like because he's not doing all the he's not doing all the dribble. He's not doing all the dribble, shoot from half court. He's still getting up threes though.
Fundamental.
Like you go look at Ty play a game. Yeah, he played ugly. Like he played what I call
ugly. If he
plays
ugly, what do I look like when I play? I must be like, yeah.
I would have to see. But Ty plays ugly basketball, but he scores, and then you'll see me play. You think I don't go out there standing, dunking, and mashing? I just make it look cute because I do a few dribble moves before it, and then now I go dunk. But I got Ty number 1, I got Jin number 2, I got Swaggy number 3. Nike is tied with me because that's like my twin, so I won't put him.
Nike's been playing MyTeam for a year.
Like,
he's just gonna get better and better, right?
Ty, he been playing pro-am competitively for like 10 years though. That's why he so good. And then 4th would be a locked Isaac. Like I labbed with Isaac on 21, and I think he was the best player I ever played. He like at the time, and I'm telling you at the time where I'm telling you I was the best 21 player. Isaac waxed me for about 2 straight weeks. Like I didn't get a win. Like we was playing like 10 times a day. Dog me, load back up. Dog me, load back up. Dog me, load back up. So that'll probably be the 4 players. If we was to play, it's honorable mentions, but like that's why I be trying to tell people like I'm not trying to knock people, just y'all suck. And the thing is, I'll happily take the heat because I'll play people for money because you know you can prove yourself. I don't care. I'm just saying out of top players, and I don't be trying to disrespect people. I usually keep it the realest. Like I'm disqualified now, so I can say it. On play. Ooh, I missed one. 11. 11 is really good. 11 is really good. I forgot all about 11. That's me.
Why did he miss anyone?
I forgot.
I'm not calling out anybody for Splash. One thing I'll say is I hate playing 11. I hate playing 11,
it's 11
because
it's 11.
I'll say he's the type of guy I'll say you suck so bad, but he don't suck. He just play weird.
Suck at all. He play ugly.
He play like me.
He plays like me.
He play just
like
no.
me.
They're literally twins. They're literally twins. He just doesn't do it as much. But that's probably I add 11 in there. That's probably like the 5 players that I think own both consoles are actually like I could lose to you in a game.
You just crushed so many dreams, dude.
It's not that. I'm just saying, bro. They can get to that level by next year. But I'm just saying, like.
Wait,
like I go.
How many people you stream to collectively? About 1,000 people. All of them are crushed.
I want to know. I'm sorry. I want to know I want to know the list again. I caught some of them.
It's Todd number 1, Jen Sanity number 2, Swaggy number 3. Isaac has an asterisk next to his name. A locked Isaac. I'm not talking about the Isaac who be trolling. A locked Isaac who actually gives a F about the game. I will have him at number 4. Or 11 above him, and then I would have 11. Everybody else, like I said, Nike, that's my twin, so I'm not gonna count Nike. JB and Kool-Aid are off the realms because they're too young, or else I would add them to the list as well. But other than that, like unless I just haven't seen you play a lot, like it's a couple people who I hear are tough, but I don't see you play. I watch everybody. Like honestly, I'm talking. If me
I really
and you
hope
play,
this answer goes well because I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to ask this question anyway. I know the EU doesn't get a huge amount of respect, right, in like the comp world. Mm-hmm. But where would you put Amar?
If Amar played the people I just named, he get waxed. That's the best way I could say it. He get waxed. I played Amar. Amar is good at the game, but it's just he don't. The thing the EU people don't have to their discretion the way we do. You can't lab as much as we do without either being at a wide disadvantage, or you just like if Amar plays me on my server, he lost. I don't care how good an EU player is, you can't win versus another top player.
What about the other way around?
And it's the same thing. If I go on that server, I'm gonna lose. Like unless it feel good. I played on EU a couple times and it didn't feel bad, but it's times where I'll go play on EU and I can't.
Josh plays co-op on my server. He tends to have a good time with it. I don't think like East to EU is that bad anymore.
It's not that bad anymore. I'm just talking about like from when like comp is saying like so you telling me Amar versus me in 250 on my server or on the central server, and bro, if he feels even the slightest bit of latency and I'm perfect, he lost by a lot of points, but nobody will ever say he was delayed. It just looked like he got waxed. But like that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say everybody that I didn't name is trash, but if y'all want to take it that way, hey,
you did say that.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they're trash. Yeah, they're all trash, and you should wager Splash so I can get some content.
Yeah, that's all I be trying to say. And I'm talking about, so for like the people, y'all gonna watch this, you know, I'm gonna retweet it, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure it does get out to the comp people. It was the same thing when I made a tier list a couple
2 years ago, I think you made it.
I mean 2 years ago.
I remember that.
He was in an uproar, and all of the people I called trash wagered me, and they all got destroyed. They think I be lying. It's the same thing. I say it like this. The reason I say people is trash, and y'all can say me and Ty is as good as we is. Ty didn't play next gen last year. He didn't play next gen at all. He labbed current. He didn't lab next. And what did he win on? He went on next. I did not touch current gen at all to lab. I never loaded up current gen until the day of the 250 tournament. And I said, hey, let's see how far we go. Why? Because I knew I was going to win on P5. That's the only thing I played all quals. So if you telling me all of these top players allowed us two to go to these gens that we didn't play at all.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that
was trash.
That was the
but obviously I talk a lot different. I'm not really saying everybody's trash, but it's the best way I can get it out, like, because it's just how I talk. Like,
I think we get your context.
If I was to play these people for, I'll say a $250 pot, not $10, not the little players lounge tourneys. That's $25. I'm talking we playing for some money, and it's not on stream. They can stream if that's their thing, and it's not on stream because I don't care what nobody say. Nobody plays locked in on stream. I see top play.
Yeah, that's true.
I type.
My best run.
He talking to me. Talking to me on the stream, regardless. So that's why I be trying to tell people you're not getting us when we lock. Like even when somebody beat me in unlimited, he'll be, you're not even that good. And then
my best run in the tournament was off stream. I couldn't stream it. I had to, like, You just
It's
focus
just
a
how
lot.
it is
Man,
because
I've just started
when you
streaming.
stream, you're looking at other stuff.
I've just started streaming like 2 weeks ago, right? Stop by a stream if you want, by the way, if you're watching this.
W promo.
Yeah, W promo. Yeah, link in the description.
Please stay away from mine.
Yeah, the vibes are terrible now.
No, the vibes have been legit. We've been streaming
The
reality
vibes
shows
have
last
been
week.
good money. The vibes have been good. I be in there lurking. The vibes been good.
I've never been resetting clutch time. I load up, lose 2 games in a row on stream. I'm like, it can't be this hard, man. I'm either reading the chat or I'm playing the game. And this is a casual game mode. And I'm just struggling like to do both. As soon as I look at I loaded up those spotlight challenges. As soon as I looked away from the screen, we're like 42 points into a 50-point challenge. Don't give up a 3. I literally do this to look at the chat. 3. I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do this?
That's what I be trying to tell people. And then like a person, Ty don't even read chat like OD. He'll like glance at chat, he'll have a conversation. I really have like 500 people in there, and I'm like every comment, while still trying to plan a limit. That's why I be trying to tell people, like, even in some tournaments, like that's why people who got face cams on, you could tell, like Ty will be playing in a tournament, and let's say he playing versus I just name a random person on top of my head. Let's say he playing versus AOT Trey. Cool. I see them playing.
AOT Trey? Is he wear Hawks gear? Is that who you talking about?
No, I don't think so.
No.
But,
you just don't want anybody with Trey love to get shined, dude. I understand.
And then I type in his chat and I see Ty on the face cam like, back to the game. He not locked. He just playing in the game in the background. So that's all I be trying to tell people about when you stream. It's so hard to play serious and stream because like you either have to do like the Madden streamers. What do the Madden streamers do? They ignore every comment for a 5-hour stream and they just play. 2K streamers, you got your 2K streamers like Carlo. Carlo don't read chat. He just play. Whether he's good or not.
Yeah, that's true. That is true, yeah.
Real quick. So you know how you guys were promoting the coach sessions. How many customers did you have? How many customers did you have? Not how much maybe.
This time, I mean, not too many. A few. I'd say a couple or two to a few. But
did you price yourself out the market though? I felt like I was gonna have to sell my Jag to get a listen. Like what was
Hey.
It's expensive.
I did. Jazz, I asked him for the price. He told me. I said, "All right, Todd, thank you for the information."
let me ask.
I respect it though. I respect it. I
didn't have like 20, 24.
And I asked Splash too. I said,
and thing is, I'm whacking in price, like, because I'm
giving
you everything.
Gonna help me for free. I think I'm in a good spot right now. I'll pay him something, but I think he's gonna help me. Yeah.
Ty, let me ask you a question real quick, right? Have you ever seen me play? I suck at this game, dude. All right. How confident are you in your skills that you could get me to qualifier status? Okay, Jazz.
I say 2 years.
Servers?
2 years is
gas.
2 years. I say if he if he loads up an hour a day with me, he's gonna qual for a month.
What about me?
For a month.
What about me? What about me?
You're easy.
You look at 30 hours.
No, I was saying 2 years.
Right
like
now,
the rest
Jazz.
of this year, and then he'll be ready to qual next year.
Next year, that's fair.
It's not as hard to qual as y'all think it is.
Ty, did you say that like 1 month, an hour a day?
Yep.
Yes, bro. I don't think y'all understand.
How much of those listens?
I pay him.
I'm serious. Y'all gonna say, "Oh my gosh, it's a lot," but I'm telling y'all, it's not that many different things that y'all could be good. But it's just
because you got to think about like
wild.
It's a basket. It's a
y'all gonna turn Star J Barrett into the best player. I want to.
I really opened myself up to this one.
All you can do on a basketball game, all you can do on a basketball game is shoot, dribble, pass, dunk, play defense, and rebound.
And the main thing, Splash, the main thing is dunk and play defense.
Dunk and play defense.
There you go, Luke. You just got your first lesson.
No. And you don't know how you make it so much easier? Can you green wide open? Yes, everybody has green wide open. You've already surpassed the easiest thing.
He might already be comp, he just hasn't realized it.
I want to be like Thanos though. I want to be like Thanos.
Holding me back.
You wouldn't be able to be like Thanos. You wouldn't.
I want to be like. I want every top 5 guy you name. I want them on my gauntlet, and I want TyDeBo right here. This is gonna be Ty right here. The power
Oh my
forward.
God, get out of
We
here.
That's what
can't
I
get you-
want.
we
That's,
can't- we
I don't
can't- we
want
can't get you
250.
there.
I don't want to be 250. I want to be the 250 Slayer. That's what I want to be.
We
Oh,
can't
dear
get you
God.
there, but we can get you to qualify. We can get you to qualify. Qualifying is just playing a harder version of Unlimited for 5 hours.
Yeah. I've got some important things I want to cover because we're already pushing 2 hours, I think. I've got some really important things I want to cover that I feel it's important to cover before we end this podcast to actually do this any justice. One of the things I said earlier is going back to the DQs, right? And I kind of gave the example of like if they DQ'd people last year, what would you have done differently this year? We need to have this conversation because I think the thing that people are failing to realize in all of this is the problem isn't that the bans happened. I haven't heard any of you say the problem is that the bans happened. The problem is when they happened, right? So if they'd happened at the start of the year, and this is where the whole cheater thing, all of this just, I'm just going to be honest, it loses all value as an argument, right? Because here's the reality. You guys decide, right? Let's take someone like Amar, right? Amar's at university, like, you know, he's coming up in life. He could have made a decision this year based on qualifying. If he qualified on the 15th of October, he's then spent the last 5 months thinking that why would it be any different to previous years? MT probably wouldn't have even crossed his mind until the bans happened and then the DQs happened. If he'd made the decision, right, I'm going to drop out of uni, I'm going to give this a proper shot, I'm going to try and get $250,000. I don't need a job because I'd rather spend the time labbing. People have made real life decisions, right, based on the fact that they thought they were going to qualify. And this, like I said, I want to be really, really clear about this. When you're just throwing these kind of cheater remarks and all of this round, you're ignoring the fact that this has been normalized for years. You're also ignoring the fact that it's been 5 months. It's been 5 months since they should have done this. And people have made big, big life choices in that time. Ty, you're a content creator. You could have uploaded 2-3 more videos a day, made a ton more money. This is a fact, by the way. You could have made more money by just making videos, having fun with the game, than labbing in the way that you probably have, or spending time getting cards. Splash, exactly the same. You're probably right now. I think you're the biggest MyTeam streamer, right? You are. Every hour you stream, you make money, but you're not gonna lab on stream. I'm sure you're playing behind the scenes with some of the best players in the world. You've put hours and hours and hours and made sacrifices and decisions based on the fact for several years, no one has been banned for buying MT, which is a completely rational headspace to be in at that point. So my question to you guys is, what would you have done differently? Because this is the only question that's going to get those people to understand the genuine implications of what's just happened, right? That it isn't just you bought MT and got banned and why it's more complicated than that. If they had banned people on the 15th of October for buying MT, let's say hypothetically, both of you had already bought MT at that point, right? So you knew you weren't going to qualify this year. What would you have done differently? How different would your life have been over the last 5 months if you knew you couldn't qualify?
If we were banned for the rest of this year, I mean, I'd take the whole approach of just having fun with the game, like kind of how I have on my when I stream lately. It's just my no money spent and grinding for the Ray Allen, the E Jinli, and the Russell Westbrook to come. I'll be the typical 2K casual, you know. There's no point of me playing wagers. There's no point of me, you know, labbing, like you guys said. There's no point of me buying or spending any money. Like, nobody, in my opinion, if you're not competing for 250, there's no reason for you to ever spend VC on this game. Like, you can have fun in so many other different ways. So never spending any more money on it. And it's just like, just have fun and enjoy the game. But again, for those months, no, I spent a lot of money on MT still. I spent some on VC. I bought the Kareem when he came out. You know, I did those things and with that expectation. So yeah, I'd have just probably taken the no money spent approach and just had fun with the game.
Yeah. Fair. Splash?
I would have okay, so a lot of people don't know this. Obviously I'm not gonna get into why I got kicked out of the 2K League, but the decision that I made to get myself out of the 2K League was because I was gonna make profit from 250 this year. So when you talk about real life decisions, people would never know that. Like, that's how much I've been docking on at least making 50K on PlayStation. Like, I have realized myself as a player to where if I get locked enough, I think I can make at minimum 50,000 off of 2K, not counting streaming, not counting content creating. I'm talking from that tournament. So I left my whole 2K, and I love the 2K League. I left that whole thing to go for the 250 tournament. So if that would have happened in October, I would have just stayed in the 2K league. Obviously been having talks with my girlfriend, etc., about stuff like that. But other than that, I'm probably the laziest content creator there is. But it's not even really I be lazy.
Hey, you're the cool KillaJosh.
I knew he was gonna do it.
You got a bully.
It's not even I be really lazy. It's just I really be labbing on the game. Like I'm really like, so the barrier I wanted to break this year, obviously, you know, my casuals gonna get sick of us talking about cop. The barrier I wanted to break this year is I wanted to, as long, obviously they're I hope it's not gonna be 2 gens next year on the game, but as long as there are 2 gens, the barrier I wanted to break, I had 3 barriers I wanted to break. 1, I wanted to be able to load up current on Monday for, let's say I play Ty, and then load up next and play whoever the best next player is, and I can beat both of them comfortably. Now, if people knew how hard it is of a bear to be able to be a top 2-3 player on both of those gens, because they're the same, but while being so different, that's one. The second barrier, we can talk about algo, we can talk about gameplay. I want it to be to the point to where algo cannot beat me. In case y'all wondering, I still have not reached the level where algo cannot beat me. So you're not the only one to get.
You know, every time you do that on stream, I feel like you're talking into my brain. By the way, like.
And then third, it was
like ASMR.
And then third, it was just to not burn myself out. I think something that I do that a lot of other comp players don't do, but it's because I've been at top levels in AAU, top levels in high school, top levels in college. I watch a lot of film. I do all this. I burn myself out a lot. So like, I'll just have a day where you just won't hear from me for like a day, and people gonna check up on me, and I'm good. I'm sleep. Literally,
that's me for 4 days trying to confirm you for the podcast.
I literally just don't be doing nothing. So all I would have did different is I would have stayed in the 2K League 1, and I would actually
that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
I'm finna get into actually uploading on, like, you know how uploading 3 times a day, 4 times. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna upload 3 times a day, 4 times a day, etc., because that's his niche and he's doing his thing with that. But I'll literally upload a gameplay. Like, let's say, but before I got disqualified, I'll upload a gameplay, sell that card back, go get another card because I'm gonna get him back cheaper because this one obviously got extra badges or something, and go lab. Literally like every single day though. During that lab session, I could have been playing Hogwarts. I could have been on Call of Duty with Josh.
Sonic, don't forget Sonic.
I could have been playing co-op. I could have been playing Sonic. I could have been doing this. and people don't understand. We don't really have fun like doing all that comp stuff. I think it's something in me because I'm a competitive person. I like playing comp, but like, talk about the charity tournament. Y'all could tell I was genuinely having fun. That whole tournament though, like, was I complaining about how trash the game was? No, you didn't hear me say nothing about the game. Why? Because we're not playing for no money. We're literally playing. We're literally playing for the better of the world. I don't care how trash the game is. Now take away the comp aspect.
You said the funniest thing, bro. When you won, you said the funniest thing. What was it? Jazz give me my effing money and then go donate to charity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jazz, send me my effing money so we can send it to charity. I'm not playing for. That's what people don't understand. If we're not playing comp, you'll probably see them use more Timberwolves lineups. You'll see me pull up. You know how long I've been wanting to play with Steph Curry? Oh my God, I've been wanting to use Steph Curry as my point guard all year, and I never get to use them.
By the way, 26th of March, we're gonna run this back and tie it. I'm gonna set it up for you to play DFS. Okay.
Yeah, and guess what? I actually have a big Rudy now. Yup.
Yeah.
he don't get the old
Rudy.
He gets new Rudy.
Make it where people have to use the current lineup of their favorite teams or a certain team. I want to use the Knicks squad this year. I like how they get.
I mean, you can still do that.
You need to be a content creator between now and then to qualify.
You too scared to use it? You too scared to just use the Knicks regular?
I'll use it right now.
Other people right now. You need other people to have the worst versions of. Come on, look at my starting lineup. So you want me to have Jordan Poole at the? I still beat you.
Man, load up with the current Warriors line, the healthy roster, the healthy roster.
Tyler, what were you gonna say?
Just calling out 250K chumps nonstop.
What were you gonna say before we started talking about the tournament?
Who, me?
No, Ty.
How long ago was I gonna?
I don't know. You raised your hand.
Oh, I was gonna say because when Splash brought up the tournament or and I was like, yeah, I was just gonna make the comment that DFS got lucky. Did
you actually play DFS?
Yes, it was me.
I don't believe you.
No, I mean he had a gold point guard.
He had 3 gold cards and
you know what?
Out there.
You know what? I promise you in the next tournament, I will sweat DFS as hard as possible. Just
No. I want like he needs to see the
JC
tie
dropped
that
50 on his
Splash
head
gets.
with red the next round, bro.
Nobody's ever gonna see the tie. That's
But I want just show us just for fun. Like I want to see that. Like
I don't even think that can come out in that type of setting. I'll sweat him, but even like when I was playing on stream today, I was trolling big time. But it's like I can't take that as serious. I can't. Okay. But if I match Splash in a $50 PL tourney, I'll still lock in because it's Splash.
Exactly. You hear that?
But listen, it's one of those things. I know Splashy the type of Splashy and Jin, those are the two dudes that give me the best or better. Like when I play them, I get better because they show me different things. So yeah, I'm a lock in.
That's a really interesting way to put that.
But when I play Relo for the 95th time, it's like, all right, bro.
Who is Relo and why is he catching so many strokes?
Relo is what we call, if you locked it in the community, Ty is Duke and Relo is UNC. And every single day, if you have no MyTeam content, when you wake up, get breakfast, brush your teeth, Ty and Relo will be playing their 8th game of the day on stream. and the pot will continue to go up for whoever loses. So say they start off at 10. By the time I come there in 5 hours, it will say $300 pot, me versus Relo, and it will continue to go up. That's all it is. Relo not bad neither. That's my dog.
Did Relo qualify? Because I'm like, if you playing Ty so much,
yeah, he did.
Relo did qualify. Actually, he did.
He got today?
No,
he qualified first game day. He got banned. He's gone.
Let me talking about qualifying. I want to ask you guys specifically this question because it's kind of a loaded question, I guess, but. After everything that went down with the 250K tournament, are you still going to watch it?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's
gonna be boring though.
We are literally trying to figure out some way to take they're gonna view by obviously, but take something from him. I swear to God, if I have to stream if I see NBA 2K loads up and I'm not streaming, I will start on my stream. The
reason I asked this question is I need them to hear that. Like they need to hear that. Like, no, you're not watching
some people are gonna lie. They're gonna watch it just because it'll be going on. But I don't think people understand how much like me and him playing each other or making the finals in 21, what we did for the MyTeam game. And I think that's why a lot of people respect us as much as they did. Like what me and him did in 21, it got marketed perfectly. It got marketed perfectly from both of our sides on our YouTubes, our Twitches. It got marketed perfect. That's the only thing I say 2K did do good. We was on 2K TV like 6 straight weeks in a row. Just me and him talking. Like what that did for the MyTeam game mode, that's not a thing. I
think that was the one upside of all of this. It's like the one upside because I don't think it doesn't matter how many years it would have gone on, we ever would have recaptured that magic of you two playing in 21. I think that was the peak of the community. I don't think it's ever going to get any better than that.
Ooh, I don't know if they would have matched in 22. I think it would have been there.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect.
No, 20.
The story was the best offensive player and the best defensive player meeting at the finals. That was like the perfect story.
I think it was like because both of them kind of arrived on the scene. You know what I mean? That's what it was. Like we know them now. We kind of know what to expect. We've seen you guys play several times, but in 21. There was just something about that game that anyone who played this game and knew that comp existed had to be there. It was like a moment in time.
I even like the game that Ty played to get there because it was like he's playing the previous 250K winner to get to 250 when he played Jomar. I wish they would have. I wish they didn't throw him in a fire like that, but it's still. I love that matchup. I love that matchup. It was a good matchup.
Yeah, that was it. Do you think comp has peaked now? Like. Actually, let me rephrase this question because it's part of a bigger question. DBG said in a video about 10 days ago that someone told him in the first week of this year that they had a feeling that 2K were going to come for the comp community and content creators this year. The person that said that to him was me in September. I've had that feeling probably since the end of last year, towards the end of 22. Just like putting my business hat on for a second, right? This isn't like anything to do with the game or you guys or anything else. If I ran 2K, the two most negative corners of the community are comp and content creators, right? Exclusively. Mm-hmm. There isn't really another. You're not going to hear people from Sim Nation trashing the game. You know what I mean? It's those two corners that really bring negative PR publicity. 250K every qualifier, like I said, it turns into a dumpster fire. content creators are constantly going back and forth on criticizing the game and not. And then I think they probably looked at that and gone, right, there's probably an element that we need to intervene here because these guys are influencers. You're all influencers. You have an influence on the way people feel about the game. And if you get, hoed in a qualifier or in the tournament itself, or, you're on a video talking about the gameplay, or you're on stream talking about the gameplay, all of this stuff hurts 2K. And this was the one single arrow that they needed to fire to stop all of that, right? Because now the MT's cut down, which affects content as well. Obviously, if you can't get the cards or get access to the cards, it makes content, gameplays, everything a lot harder. I mean, the next call I'm going to make is they're going to come for gameplays, right, on other accounts. That's going to be the next thing. But my question to you is this is a weird question, but why did I have that feeling in September that this was going to happen? Did you guys see it coming?
I wouldn't say I saw it coming as as serious. I was trying to think of a bigger word, but like as serious as it did. I saw it coming soon, but I knew what needed to be involved, which is a whole nother conversation for another podcast or another day, is money. When you lose money as a company, you start to go attack the reasons you are losing money. And the reasons that 2K is losing money is content creators and comp. They're not losing money because of Sim Nation. They're not losing money because of park players. They're not losing money because of arcade players. They're losing money because your biggest MyTeam streamer is telling everybody don't open packs ever. And plugging the person who you should be buying something from instead of buying VC. So in a way, if I'm a higher up, my biggest influencer is telling them not to spend money on my game while also calling my game trash. I thought I would have been going though. But the thing I'll say is I'm really a golden child though, but it's because I got really high up in the 2K league. I was a golden child. Because even when I was in the 2K league, like I was the same person. I talked the exact same way. I tweeted, I think I got the fine record for the 2K league because they used to just daily fine me. They used to just find me because like I was just telling them the game was trash or something. But if people knew behind the scenes, like how we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, how much I really talked to the higher ups, like for my team casuals, Zion shot getting changed to O'Shea the day he got released. That's me. That's me because I talked to my team desk. The whole flash forward set. That's me. That's me from a dev that I will not disclose because I can't disclose this information. Yeah. But a dev that I not disclose came to me. Hey, we haven't been as tapped in with the so-and-so community this year. What are the best shots? I told him the best shots. Magically, Bob Nedelicki has O'Shea. Dolph, after I've been talking about Kuzma all year, he asked Kuzma. The Luka base is back magically, even though it's not as good as it was, but it's here, etc., etc. The LaMelo base is now on another person besides Tim Thomas, etc., etc. So that's what people don't understand. But for your question you said before you did this, I wouldn't say I saw it, but for you saying has comp peaked, comp will only fail from, I'm not going to count individuals' views. Like he will grow. This is my dog. TyDeBo will grow as long as he stays.
Yeah, I would separate those two things completely.
But comp as a whole has now died to the point for two reasons. One, and then I'm going to tell you the only reason for it to get back lit. One reason is now people know it. Let's say they do or don't buy MT next year. Most people won't because they did what they did. You will have to. I don't think people understand how many hours you got to put in the game now to be able to obtain every card if you're going for 250 next year. Like you're gonna have to sit on the game or
drop a bag on it. Yeah.
You're gonna have to open this up. It's one of those two. You're either gonna have to open up that wallet or you're gonna have to spend $400 every Friday, $200 on a Tuesday if them packs come back, which is $600 a week, that's $2,400 a month.
That's a paycheck, man.
So that's what you're spending. That's what you're spending on 2K to compete when you was able to just buy MT. So that's one. A lot of comp players gonna stop playing because you gotta be no money spent, or you gotta buy packs. You gotta be no money spent, or you gotta be all money spent, or you gotta sacrifice. We was out there with 50. He was out with a 50 Hoff Alonzo. I had a 60 Hoff John Havlicek. They might have to be stocked because the best way to make MT is to put Hall of Fame badges on a card flip them, and you can use that MT for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make a choice of like having a couple of cards with a lot of hoffs or just a really good lineup.
So that's the one reason comp is gonna die. And two, people just don't care anymore. Cause like people won't care as long as the two poster boys, whatever you want to say, whether I'm the villain, he's the hero, I'm the hero, he's the villain. If the two poster boys are not in or not getting, yeah, he's definitely the hero. But if the two poster boys get knocked out, nobody cares about comp. And the only way to save comp,
I'm inclined
as much
to
as I
agree
want
with
to
you.
say,
If you lose the superstars in all of it, you're just in a way worse spot. Ty, what's your thoughts? Did you see it coming?
Before he talk, wait. And the only way to bring it back is me and him will have to match up in the finals again. That's the only way to get comp back lit again. And it doesn't matter who goes to the finals. No, even the good players we name. If me and him from now on, if this tournament stays, do not meet up in the finals, comp will die. Quicker
or if something is set up independently from 2K, that brings that back.
100%.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
So as far as your question, I didn't really I didn't think they target so what was was the comp community and what else? Content creators. Yeah. I didn't really think they'd come at the comp community. I would say I'm more of like the content creators as far as striking down the account sharing and that type of stuff. But as far as like the buying MT and even like the comp community, like that was a surprise to me, just because it's like, to me it's like I just felt like it's something they didn't care about ever, and even when I talked to them, they even said like it is a very small percent of people that buy MT, like, and it's to me, it was just like there's whatever, it's part of it. But I mean, it did get kind of out of hand, and I get it, but I guess for your answer, I didn't really see it coming. No.
Right. Does it make sense to you now? I mean, forget the fact that the timing of it and all of that stuff. Does it make sense to you that this has happened? Can you make sense of it or not?
I can make sense of them banning people and wanting to cut down on account sharing. I am a firm believer that the whole 250 situation is separate than that. That should have never.
Agree.
If they were going to ban us, they should have moved the tournament back. Something. I mean, I think this whole tournament 250 tournament is horrible. Like the situation, how they handled it was horrible. I'm again fine with the banning. If they want to crack down on account sharing, okay, but the rest of it is just horrible.
Wait, so Todd, question with the account sharing now, how does that affect your content? Because I know some people, they pull packs and they're like, okay, what are you gonna do now? Like, how do you plan to handle it going forward?
Right. So
you don't need to answer that, because I kind of know how you've handled it, and I don't
right now. Yeah, and I don't know for sure. I think that's something that I'm gonna have to continue to adjust. It's some one of those things that that does help me out when we get content, especially at the end of the year, because I'm not gonna open packs. Otherwise, it's gonna be one of those things that I just have to do the budget players at first, and then eventually if I have enough MT, I'll just buy them and then resell them. But it is going to be a little way more difficult. So
I think it's more complicated for you as well, because obviously you've got Nate in the mix as well, right? Like you're looking up to two people. How is Nate doing, by the way?
Nate's good. This whole 250 situation, like he's with me for everything, right? So like that obviously, because he's helped me, because in 21 and 20, he used to always be on the account grinding triple threat for MT, or which I guess that could get me banned at this point. Having my brother help me.
It's such a great area, isn't it? Someone's sitting next to you doing something. It's account sharing.
Right. I mean, who knows what that's going to be? But he always helped me sell things and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things that we didn't really see it coming. But yeah, he's good. We're good. But yeah,
best dynamic duo in the game. That's what I say. Right.
Okay, Ty, let me ask you a quick question, right? And Splash, you might come from this background also. I'm just not familiar, but I just know Ty does for sure. From a competitive standpoint, what do you think is a more, I don't know, I don't want to say balanced playing field, but I don't know, just a more overall competitive environment, more of a play now quick match type of vibe or like MyTeam? Like which did you have more fun competing in, I guess?
Ty's won tournaments in both, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think mine's MyTeam, but that's just because I enjoy the mode more, maybe.
Customization, maybe. Yeah.
Right. I think more fair, easier to be fair is obviously play now, because I mean, if you just let teams use whatever, or like that, I remember in play now you could only use a team once, so then you had to kind of be strategic on that, and I kind of like that.
But I do like that. That sounds fun.
I like that.
So I mean, I've had fun with both. I personally think MyTeam, there are so many possibilities tournament wise, and they're missing the whole thing. I know a lot of people are like the comp community is dead. I personally think people I think it's an untapped potential. Like as we're talking about reaching the peak of comp with the current system. Yes, if they implemented a new system, I think we could see something really special. But again, that's all just me wishful thinking.
That was a great question, by the way. Yeah, that was a very good question.
For me, fun pro-am by far, but it's because it's the same thing as if you go to the park or you play co-op with your friends. You're obviously going to have fun because you're playing with your friends. So that's probably my most fun game mode. But from a competitive standpoint, the game mode I like to play the most would be MyTeam, and it's because I'm in full control of like my destiny. Like in pro-am, I can like I play with top players, but you can just play a team that's better than you and you lost. Same thing with the NBA. Like to whatever team you're a fan of, your point guard can drop 40 points and lose, and the other point guard can win and he has 9 points. So is that point guard better than that point guard, or did you just have a good day, et cetera, et cetera? MyTeam, I just like MyTeam because, like he said, customization. We talked about badges a long time ago, Ludes. I remember you asked me on one of the what's the name. With the way I play, the fact that I can just to knock Ty real quick, I can put bailout on everybody. So that makes that makes my gameplay so much better. But it's just the customization. Like you can build the team the way you want to, but for them to make it a balanced playing field, they should ban players. Like, I don't think y'all know how good this would have been. Like, obviously, let's take away the bans for a second. You can't use Yao Ming in a tournament.
Oh, that would be great.
Oh, you mean batting cards?
Yeah.
I'm talking like in Madden, right? A John Elway came out. I don't know if y'all. It was just a dumb soup quarterback who came out like the day before, like the actual tournament, and they said you can't use him. So like, imagine if Luka last year, you couldn't use them. Like I think
people have said for a long time, like they should run it almost like limited, like a salary cap, right?
They
like
should.
I wouldn't
I wouldn't really say a salary cap, but I would say I think cards that are to the point that it is literally giving you a distinct advantage over the other person. If that person doesn't have them, I'm talking those level of cards. I'm not talking about like a Tim Thomas. Everybody can't use them and do that, but we all know, all of us in this podcast, if a person has Yao and you don't have Yao, you're at a disadvantage. Ban Yao from the tournaments. You can use them wherever else you want to.
You know what,
like,
Splash?
Imagine
I asked you this question earlier. I asked you this question earlier, but I didn't answer it. I'm going to answer the question I asked earlier. Yao shouldn't exist. I'm sorry. Yao should not exist at this point in the game. He's so far clear in that position. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And to drop him a couple of weeks before the bans, or a week before the bans, is just weird. I don't care like how you would have.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. But it's to raise pack revenue and to trap people into buying MT. It's entrapment.
Sure,
to be
but
honest.
like, why are you encouraging the exact mechanic you're trying to stop at the same time? Doesn't make any sense. We know that Yao is that guy. Like if they just waited until next week, like just think about like the top 3 cards that ran this weekend. Like you would have either had to basically pull Bron overnight or Giannis. And then where are we after that? It's just a whole different
It's because
go ahead.
For years, for the last couple of years, like MT purchasing and VC sales have kind of just been like this, right? You deal with the devil, so you let that slide because you're still making money on MT. This year, we've seen it go, the scales have been tipped. Like MT buying is out of control and VC sales are, I mean, they can say whatever they want. But they got to be low, or not even low, but just like not at the level.
I was reading it on something. This is the lowest year. This is the lowest year of sales by a large margin. So, like it was, I think they were down 26% exactly of this year, but they have 5% more players playing the game.
Yeah,
but they're down 26% less in revenue basically, and that's tough because I don't know if y'all have made a my player. It costs like $290 to max out a my player to 99, and a guy like me, I have 12 my players, so.
We should elaborate on this slightly because sometimes when we talk about Take-Two and their profits, we don't talk about Take-Two and their profits. We talk about 2K and their profits, right?
Yes.
So Take-Two right now, I would be expecting to lose money. I think right now there's no scenario where they could have a up financial year on the year before, because right now they're developing GTA 6 with no revenue, right? Which is going to be their biggest investment they've ever made as a company. And also, considering GTA 5 is the second best-selling game of all time, going to be their biggest revenue generator. If you like, I'm not a stocks guy, but then now is a good time to invest in Take-Two before GTA 6 drops, because that share price is going to go.
Microtransactions are going to be insanity.
Yeah. But like I said, just going back to it, if you like, there's other implications, right? They dropped the Yao, then they dropped the bans, and then they realized that all the MT that was bought was to buy Yao. So they did the craziest thing that I think they've done all year, which is drop the flight school packs. Now, let me tell you why that's crazy. Because the only reason they dropped the flight school packs is so that we all thought the Eclipse packs would drop the next week.
They would drop Yao on Tuesday, yes.
And then they got the best of both worlds. People thought it was going to happen. So Fire sold their Yaos, making like a 2 million MT loss in the space of a week. So they wiped that, bought MT out the market. And then
they dropped a trash all-star pack with Darren Williams. Oh my God, that Darren Williams is the worst card on the game.
I feel like they personally attacked you with that one.
Oh my God, they gave him my base and ruined it. I've never been more mad in my life about a card. But
he was like gassed for 5 minutes and then just
so I can dip into it. The thing I'll say, because I see it from a business standpoint, because I'm cool with a bunch of people. The thing is, they also did everything wrong. If 2K wanted to make money off packs this year, it's so simple. Y'all remember what they did with the Paul George? Because if you wanted to play him in quals, you were able to put $100 in or $50 in. You could just get Paul George. Yeah. And he was automatically guaranteed. Same thing they did with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was the best center on the game at the time. Imagine if Yao came out and they told you $100 you get Yao. Well, you know how many people would have just did it? No, I'm talking about, you know how Paul George is right there, or like how it's ferocious James Harden for 15K VC. 450,000 VC you get Yao man. You can re-roll it if you want to. Like you can buy multiples like people were doing to Kareem and kept selling them. So if you had enough money, you could keep re-rolling them. Imagine if Yao Ming said $100 you get Yao Ming. Then LeBron and Giannis came out. They're dark matter, so I'm going to go up. $150 into the game. You get LeBron and Giannis. So the pack people who are spending $800 and aren't going to get LeBron and Giannis know, hey, I can get, and LeBron's obviously going to go for, a good amount of money. $150. Everybody isn't going to have the money as well, but in the ultimate bigger picture, cars will be cheaper.
I spent 600K VC and 500K MT. I didn't put it up.
And then on top of that, it's just the way they put stuff out. Like they took Tuesday packs out. Tuesday packs were good revenue. Earlier in the year with the glitch packs, Hakeem came out on a Tuesday. Garrett Payton came out on a Tuesday. A bunch of good cards came out on Tuesday, and they said, hey, let's take that out. Because they wanted to go all in on Friday.
Can we just put packs back in with the stellar odds, please? Please. I pulled the whole set for 450K. The whole set. Please, why
I still won't pull anything. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Doesn't matter to me. I still won't pull anything. I don't care. My old pack odds, man. I just need my old pack odds back. You know what? I go through my Twitter DMs right now. It used to be like every week. I used to be like, yo, Ty, you need this card, dog. I got it all. Now, never. I don't even get the second best here in packs anymore. What did I do wrong, man?
Your account is against.
They watch the podcast.
Well, I'm not going to do that anymore. But I just want to play the game. Okay.
Yeah, Luz. I think they don't. I think they like me and they don't like you.
No, they spited me, dude.
I don't think they like you.
No, I think they do. They give me Knicks cards every week. Every other week, I get a Knicks card.
That's because the Knicks cards suck.
I have a theory. You suck.
How about that?
My
okay.
Account
I'm just saying they're giving you the Knicks card because the Knicks cards suck.
You know what's funny? If a Galaxy Opal Ostertag dropped right now, it would actually be cracked. Like he might legit be a Yao stopper.
He's got the best standing dunk in the game, so I've heard.
Right, guys, I got a final question for you because we need to wrap like pretty soon. We were going over 2 hours. I got a final question for you. It's an important one, right? This is a final question about now. We can touch on content and stuff if you want to. There are some people that have taken it too far. I feel like I say this way too often on the podcast. If you don't know this, if you're watching this and you don't know this, or you know someone who needs to hear this, you can make a point about the game without attacking a group of people. I just want to let people know that is an option. Okay, you can say, I like this, or I don't like this, or I'd prefer this, without launching a verbal tirade on a bunch of people. Over the last couple of days, we've seen a lot of stuff, right? We've seen this dumbass in videos spouting the biggest amount of nonsense. And then, we've seen things on Twitter from people I respect, but referring to people that if they played today as a piece of shit or a loser, why are we communicating like this? Why do we feel the need to add those words into? I'll get you in a second, Splash. He's got his hand up. Why do we feel the need to add these things in? Because you can make the point. Listen, I'm going to be honest. If you feel like people shouldn't play in the tournament who got DQ'd, that's fine. That's an opinion. You're allowed to have it. Why have we got to add piece of shit to that tweet? I got eliminated today by someone who had the name banned. That was the name of their team. I don't care. I wasn't going to qualify. I don't care. That's my personal opinion. But even if it is your opinion, why do you need to put it out there like that? These are people. These are real people. Like I said, over the podcast, I think we've done a really good job today of humanizing a lot of the stuff and the reality of what you guys have been through with this, and the fact that it isn't just, oh, you cheated and got kicked out. Live with it. That's not the situation right now. And if you're seeing it like that, you need to educate yourself. Watch the podcast back. If you're still at that point now, you missed something. I'm telling you now. Go ahead, Splash. Why do people do this?
The reason people do that, and I just been in situations like this a lot, because in the 2K League, a lot of people were trying to get content off us, and they would say negative things. Negative things get the most attention. It's the way it is, because no matter what everybody will always say, I learned this in AAU in the 6th grade. No matter what you think, as long as you can handle it, though, as long as you can handle it, you obviously gotta be, all attention is good attention. Negative, positive, mid-tier attention. If these same people, obviously we know who we're talking about. We can even talk about the dude on the YouTube videos whose name we're not gonna say. If he dropped a regular video, didn't put nobody's name in it, let's say he didn't put my name in it, he didn't bring up Ty, he didn't bring up DBG, would anybody have watched it outside of the regular people who view him? No. Why did everybody watch it? Because he was spouting negative nonsense.
Because he had a sex worker in it.
Yes. 5 million%. I came to this when the bans first came. I've seen some of these people, and I've talked to some of these people in DMs. They're doing this just because you guys are giving them attention. If you ignore them, I do think obviously
you said that on Twitter the other day that I'm not interested in knowing anything about this guy.
If you don't give them attention, they can't continue to do it. The reason they're gonna do it is when they regularly tweet. Let's say they get 5 likes. You got the little views that pop up. They get 1,200 views. When they make this tweet and say, everybody who got banned are cheaters. Yes, I'm talking about TyDeBo and Splash. That 5 likes is probably 1 like, but instead of 1,200 views, it's 27.6K views, 26 quotes, 47 retweets. That's why they'll continue to keep spouting negative nonsense. Whether it's an opinion at the end of the day. Obviously, do I think people can go too far with opinions? Of course, but it's the internet at the end of the day. Everybody can say whatever they want on the internet. That's the problem with the internet, and that'll always be the problem with the internet. But if they weren't getting as much traction as they were, they wouldn't do it. Just like a dude we're talking about. If he does not bring up Ty, DBG, or my name in that video, how many views does he get? If Ty doesn't react to that video, if DBG doesn't react to that video, if I don't bring up that video on my stream, how many views does he get? Because people, you can't tell me the people who are watching us didn't go watch the video on their own. Or, hey, who is everybody talking about on Twitter who has a sex worker in his video? Hey, let's go watch and see.
That might be the craziest thing we've spoken about legitimately on the podcast.
I talked about it with James Worthy one time.
That's all I'm saying. So they'll continue to do stuff like this because you can't make a contract like what? You're not going to give views for saying y'all's trash unless you're DBG. Unless one of us two say it, that same person that we're talking about, or these same people who are spouting nonsense and getting traction off of it, they can't talk about 2K and get those same views. That's why they're gonna go that far.
I'm not a big creator, right? I make content for fun. It's not my job, right? Like it doesn't matter if I make $5 or $100. It makes no difference to me. I have got further than most in the last year by building really good relationships with content creators, right? This is an example right now. DBG has done more for me than anyone. Like this guy has been backing me for 2 years for no reason. Yeah, we should talk about that as well. I mean, Ty, you came on the podcast in 21 when I had like 100 subs, right? You and Nate, you came on twice. DBG did as well. Like, it doesn't happen immediately, but I built like friendships over time with these people. I speak to DBG daily, every day, pretty much on Discord. We have a chat for half an hour, 45 minutes. We're just chatting. I'm playing unlimited, whatever. He's become one of my sort of closest friends in real life. If you want to get somewhere, this is just a bit of advice from someone who's doing it. Not doing it intentionally. This isn't a strategy. I'm not like, right, let me make Ty like me so I can become successful. I'm just being a decent human being. And, we do things. Like, as, all of us, Ludez, Josh, Matt, we put on this tournament. We're trying to do positive things. That's kind of our brand, it's who we are, but it's just a natural outcome. Ludez, to an extent, is a bit of a gremlin sometimes, but when I'm
watching 2000s reality shows, dude. Catch me watching Daisy of Love, dude.
Yeah,
you see a different me.
If you want to get somewhere, the way to do it, if you want to get real attention, if you just want to get a moment of like, if you want to get 10 likes on Twitter on a post, then sure, do what you want to do. But if you actually want to progress, build positive relationships with people, because every content creator I've interacted with is a really good person that will give you their time if you approach it in the right way, right? So if you want that attention, get the right kind of attention, because they are the people that will give it to you. Ty, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think you're kind of on that right track. I just think a lot of people, they value the respect aspect. If you came to me like and just were not, nice about it, or, not respectful about it, like you make jokes about it all the time. Like, I won't answer my DM for 24 hours. And instead of being like mean about it, which you certainly could be, or like, I'm not on the podcast at the time I'm supposed to be because I'm burnt out and just ate, a sub sandwich. I'm like, oh shoot. But just approaching things in a nice manner, supporting other people's streams. That's the big thing I would say, or not even streams, like platforms, anything, watching their videos, interacting with anything, their tweets. Just building a positive community, I think, is super important. And with other content creators is a big part of that. Like, it's hard to grow by yourself. I think we all know that. With other people, it makes a world of difference. So
there's no better example of this than me and Splash. I literally, Splash's DMs are like a void. It's like a black hole that my messages go into. Like this guy,
I told y'all the first time I talked to y'all, I am the most Hollywood person and it's I swear to God, it's not even really on purpose. Like, I remember Josh got on my ass because he was like, bro, follow me back. I'm not gonna ask you again. And I did like I obviously he was trolling to a certain aspect, but like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I be busy or I be sleep. It's really that simple. Like, usually when I'm not responding, I'm busy or I'm sleep. 9 times out of 10 though, I'm sleep because I sleep at the weirdest times of the day. Bro, Jazz has been hitting me up for this podcast to tell he didn't even know if I was coming because I have not said nothing
about 2 hours ago.
He told me right before the podcast. He said, I'm gonna send the info in a little bit. Loved it. So he knows I'm coming. Bro, it's like 8 straight messages of him just telling me stuff or wishing me good luck, seeing if I'm okay. I haven't responded, and I'm not even being an ass about it. It's just, damn, I forgot. Because if I like showed y'all my DMs, bro, y'all would be like, damn, that's really why you don't respond. My shit is just flooded with just
the thing is
just
for me, I don't want it to be weird,
shit.
right? I don't want it to be weird, and like all the messages I ever send you are like, can you come on the podcast? So I'll just send you like, some banter now and then, here's a message, LOL, something. And the guy like donates me an emoji every 2 weeks. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's how you know. That's how you know I saw it. I might not have a response.
I'll send him the Lionel Richie hello gift. I was like,
or Ludez, maybe I'm just, what that means, right? Maybe I'm just, a little bit out of it. I'm not on this planet right now. You feel
I'm not
me?
even Hollywood, and I don't respond to my DMs 90% of the time.
He doesn't follow anyone on Twitter as well.
Nah, dude, I'm Hollywood about
Ludez
followers,
hasn't
man.
followed back for years.
No follow backs.
Guys, I think we're done. Do you guys want to talk about any of the content? Is there anything you want to talk about? I don't think
I do. The alternate reality set was trash. Hate
I love
it.
the concept.
Despicable. Anthony Davis on the Bulls. Are you for real? You're gonna sit there and do that to me? You're gonna do that to me as a Bulls fan?
Oh, please. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, no. You guys get all the star players 20 years after their prime. Okay. We don't even do that.
Man, I like the concept of alternate reality. I thought
content-wise, I think they dropping a lot of shit. I just with the fact that a lot of people won't be pulling packs and stuff anymore, they need to do one of two things. They need to either bring those odds back because people were pulling packs when they had those tough odds, or they need to make the free players better. What free player on this game is better than, if I name the top 5 cards on this game right now, I'm gonna name them in order, tie a few of them. Ben and Magic are the best point guards on the game indefinitely. There is not a better point guard on the game than those two. Ben can shoot a 3 as well as Kareem was doing earlier this year, and he finishes on everybody. Magic is Magic. I don't care what PG you name.
Magic
I don't
is
care
a
how
Nick
good you
too.
are with this PG.
He's a Nick. Yeah. The alternate
I don't
reality.
care. I don't care how good y'all are. There isn't a free card that can So I'm talking to
Is
the people who want to
KG top
grind
2
or no
power
money
forwards?
spent. KG is the only free card that somehow holds weight
I
at
love
his
that card.
position at the moment. At the moment, though. So what they need to do is look at Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas just lost his starting spot yesterday. Tim Thomas has been in my starting lineup since the day November 4th, and he has not came out of the starting lineup. And
Bro, I'm
that's what they
grinding
should
for
do
Russell
free
Westbrook, and I
cards.
don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just they got to make the free cards better. Shooting guard, we got Vincent Scotty. Those are the 2 best shooting guards on the game. Like Ray Allen is not better than Vincent Scotty. Can you, the user, be better with Ray than somebody who's with Vincent Scotty? Are still the best 2 shooting guards on the game. At small forward, the best 3 small forwards on the game in order. 1, Giannis and LeBron are tied, depending on how good you are with whatever card you use. 2 is if you're good with Tim Thomas is going to be there. But for the people who are not good with Tim Thomas, it's probably somebody else from the All-Star set like Zion or something. And you just go down. Power forward is a really good position. I think that's where they should drop most of their free cards because it's easy to be a top player at power forward.
Well, we went for a
As long
whole
as you can get
spell
every
where we
bag
had
of the
like
game.
no power forwards, and then they dropped.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
a ton of
saying. You
forwards.
got KG, you got Yee, you got Dirk, you got Jokic, you got Joel Embiid, you got Chet, you got Dirk, you got this, you got that, you got Marc Gasol, you got Pau Gasol. You feel me? You can't name that many players at any other position that can all compete at the top level. You can go put Thurl Bailey in at the 4 right now, and you'll still be able to compete. And then at the 5, come on, you know who I'm gonna say. Is there a card on the game even anywhere near him? No. Tim Thomas is closer to Giannis and LeBron than whoever your second best center is to Yao Ming.
Somebody told me
that's how bad it is.
Somebody told me I was being anti-European because I said Pau Gasol looks like he smells bad.
He does look like he smells.
I don't know.
He does
What
look
do we
like he
say?
smells bad. Yeah,
especially
thank
when
you.
his hair is all over the place.
Yeah, he looks disheveled,
Yeah.
like he just came off a
But yeah,
bender.
that's all I'll say. So about content, I'm talking for next year because, like I said, I've pretty much given up on this year. Outside of I'll still content create because it's my job. But they should drop better free cards that are gonna last though. Not drop because the thing they do right now, if people don't understand, I'm gonna tell you what 2K does, and they've been doing it for the last 4 years. They'll drop Ray Allen, then they'll drop Vince Carter. They'll drop KG, then they'll drop Dirk. They'll drop Michael Oluwakandi, then they'll drop Yao Ming. So for the people, oh my God, y'all lucky Kyrie not a good card, or they'll drop your card that you grinded for. Josh just said it, and then they'll drop the exact same card in the auction within the next God knows how long. So for those people who grinded for Kyrie because they thought they wouldn't get a Kyrie card, and it takes 7-8 hours to get them, went to go get that Kyrie from Spotlights. Wow, go get them for 100K. So I just think they should make better free cards.
Also, the fact that we got the flight, like opening the Flight School Limited pack yesterday hurt my soul. By the way, hurt my soul. Right, guys, I'm gonna wrap because we're literally pushing 3 hours, I think, which is crazy. I want to say thank you to you guys for like just laying it out for us because I think. Do you guys think people should have learned something today?
I think people will either see the bigger picture from today or the questions they don't have answered, they just got answered today.
Yeah, just anything you think we didn't answer about this whole situation?
I think we didn't go deep enough, but obviously we're all good friends and we're just having a good time. So if we go deeper, we're going to be here till midnight. So
it's already 1 o'clock in the morning for me.
That's what I'm saying. So that's all I'll say. So I think try to get maybe obviously try to get Mojo on here, Jacob on here, another person, and if you can get the 2 Hollywood twins back on here, you're golden. as well. And I think just talk a little bit more on, I didn't think we didn't talk about the toxicity enough, but we didn't have enough time. That's probably the only thing I think we missed. We brought it up and we gave our like opinions on it, but we didn't like dive into how toxic the community is right now. Like to this day, right now, February 18th, it's 6:42 p.m. for me. How toxic the community is right now.
Right.
Yeah. Ty, do you feel like there's anything else you want to add?
No, Splash had a good point. You know, it is really toxic. Is my mic weird right now?
No, you're good.
It sounded a little bit different to me, but
yeah, I messed them up with my PC. But anyways, yeah, just, you know, toxic all the way around. You know, obviously people have different opinions on stuff, but yeah, it can get pretty bad. So, you know, just try to if you are part of like the toxicity, just try to, I mean, not let it affect you if you're the, you know, person, but just tone it down probably for a lot of people in the community, I would say. So
yeah,
I do want to specify there is like a lot of toxicity in the community, and specifically towards YouTube, because you guys have won and you've won money. I need it to be known, $200,000 is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money that losing another 200,000 doesn't hurt you immensely. Just know that. That needs to be said, because people act like you won $10 million playing 2K, which you didn't. You won 200,000, which is way more money than I have. But having another 200K literally ripped from your hands for something that every single person in the community basically did at this point, it hurts. And like acting like it's cheating is dumb, because it's not.
Yeah. Right. And even if you are going to say it in the right way.
Right. And I appreciate you bringing that up too, because a lot of people don't, you know, get, you know, why it really is like a big deal for us, you know, and yeah, it's not only the time, but yeah, I never count on that money, or I try not to, but it stinks. Cause like, if I think about how much value, even for Splash Night, our 2 qualifier spots have, when I think I have at least I'm just going to go on the low side, 25% chance to come out on both sides. Like do, you know, 50, I just do 500,000 times basically 0.25, and like that sucks. So
I love the way you do that. You do that in your videos as well. Rather than say divided by 4, you always say times 0.25.
I have a weird brain, okay?
It's American schooling, Jazz. Leave it alone.
Yeah, he's got Jian Lian down to a T though. That's a W. I've seen.
Hey, I'm getting better.
You are. All right, guys. Josh has literally, I think, fallen asleep. So are you good, Josh? I'm just gonna check out.
My stomach is bothering.
Would you eat Chipotle?
Nah, I drank too much yesterday.
Oh, good.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it. Thank you, guys. Patreon link below. You can suggest topics, all of that stuff. More importantly, you can just support us, guys. We pretty much do this for free. So yeah, support the podcast. That's the best way to do it. Like, subscribe, all of that stuff. And we'll catch you next week. Peace out.